Look at my hair.
We're live.
We're live.
And I'm sorting out my hair, and you've been sorting out your hair. We caught on her hairs.
Oh dear. It starts already.
Off to a good start this month, basically. Well, it's 8
now
o'clock.
Live on your chat. Yes, thank you, YouTube.
You just had a text or something.
An email, yeah.
Well, YouTube is on it.
Hello, one person who has joined us. I don't know why I said that so slowly.
No, I don't either. I was trying to work that out. Yes, hello, welcome. Don't be shy. Say hi in the chat.
Oh, hang on.
Oh, gosh. See, look how prepared we are.
There you go.
Put that over here.
Oh no, my stretching caused them to leave.
Never mind. I'm sure others will join soon. Anyway. It's February.
It is February. But there's nobody here.
No, apart from you and me. Never mind. I'm sure we can keep ourselves entertained until people arrive.
Oh, good evening.
See? There we go.
Ta-da!
It magically appeared even though our stuff's saying nobody's here.
That's strange. Never mind.
It might just be a bit slow. Hello, see? 3
good
people
evening,
now.
I'm here. I'm here, me.
Yeah, YouTube's being a bit funny, evidently. It's just saying we've only got one person watching, but evidently there's at least 3 people here.
Yes, and Pentagram Motorsport is not one I remember from before.
No, I believe they're quite new to the live streams. They've been quite active on my Twitter, though, lately.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for joining us. Hello to Ian and Simone and Finley. Sorry, I was reading a comment and saw worms and at the same time it threw my brain.
Oh,
Losing patience,
I love
assembling
Worms.
a few.
Great game. Have you ever played Worms?
No.
No?
No.
Oh, it's good fun.
I was about to say to you, what's MS-DOS? So I'm glad you knew what it was.
It's a game.
Microsoft.
I believe. I'm trying to look smart.
No, you're just a bit of a nerd.
I don't know what to say to that. I did post something like that earlier with Homer Simpson shouting nerd out of the car at somebody. It was relevant.
That to you too sometimes.
They could do. I love it. I love Simpsons references. You know that.
Look at the preparation.
Yeah, we're all prepared today.
Comprehensive list that I bet you won't be able to read because my handwriting is shocking.
Probably. But yes, how are we all this month? Or this year even, I guess.
No,
I know we've done
this year.
We've done one already, but next in the stream to watch whilst I'm cooking dinner.
Oh, what are you having for dinner? That's how mine goes. You say thank you, I ask what they're having to eat.
I was just trying to be nice.
I know. I just like that. That's where our brains go.
Be nice, and you're
food.
Like food. Yeah. Never mind. Fish and chips. My kind of meal. My kind of meal.
Although we don't tend to cook it.
No, we tend to just sort of go out and buy it from a chip shop, but that's because we're lazy. Well, I am. Successful day so far. Fixed my compressor and emptied all the wood I've decided might be useful. I stored in my Delta HF. Right, the Delta HF. It's a nice cup.
I'll take your word for it.
Do you remember Amber's social one of them last year? There was a yellow, Mum's yellow.
Hang on.
No, please don't talk about fear. I've had enough today. Oh, poor Ian. Has it been one of those days for you? And obviously you've had certain parties to deal with. Is
everything not like tiny when it's kids' birthdays? So that's why you have so much of it, because it's all really small.
Have you had any awkward children there, like with us, with dairy allergies and gluten allergies and things? Any allergies? You recognise the Delta now?
Yes.
It's one of those who put in the 12 days of...
Yes. The integrally, if you'd said that bit, I would remember.
Worst car you have owned? I don't know. I guess in terms of the longest amount of time, because that's all I've got to go on, I guess it'd be the Renault, but it's also one of the cars I care most about. So.
Vauxhall Corsa. There you go. Done.
It's easy for you, but not so much for me. Not the kids, but the wife is lactose intolerant.
Oh.
Yeah, something I share in common, kind of.
Well, yeah, sort of.
Loosely. Yeah.
But it's worse when it's children because they don't necessarily know. Yeah, but they don't know what it's what's got their allergen thing in
true.
it. So
As a child, I was like that. Oh, look, no, don't eat that. It's got milk in
chocolate.
it.
No.
Yeah, basically. That's basically what it was like. That was my childhood. No, can I have? No, you cannot. Why not?
Maybe we should expose you to it. Exposure therapy.
Yeah, not exposing me. I'm here.
not like that.
Oh, thank goodness.
And we're not exposing you to milk live either, because I don't think that'd be a pretty sight for anybody.
No, the camera may suddenly turn various different shades of green and other things. Wouldn't be pleasant. Anyway,
I'm apologising now for the sniffing as well, because I'm ill again, thanks to children.
Just out of interest, is the light okay behind, or is it whitewashing the screen a little bit?
It's a little bit distracting from my perspective, but
I can try and turn it off a little bit.
That's all right.
Try.
Plenty of pizza, chicken goujons, sandwiches, chips, and of course chocolate birthday cake, which was vegan.
Good shout. That's what
that sounds like a great party.
It does. Why weren't we invited?
It's a bit of a trek.
Fly over. You all right?
I don't know if Ian's son would necessarily want us at his birthday.
Oh.
But anyway, he doesn't actually know who we are.
He just knows.
Just two random English people turn up like, oh, hello.
Oh, hello. Who are you?
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah. It would be fun, though. Turning up for a party, but that's almost gate crashing, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
I suppose.
I mean, we could gate crash Olivia's if she has a party. This is not quite as far to go.
No, that's true.
And she's 8.
Maybe next year.
I'm doing my motorcycle CBT in 2 weeks. Can't find the key to... Oh. That's not very positive.
No.
You've got 2 weeks to find it, I suppose.
That's true. Are you all prepared for your CBT? Because I know it's relatively straightforward from what I understand of it. I've never actually done the CBT myself, though I have actually done a course on it, like a little lesson somewhere. But because at the time I was about 17 and the parents were like, no, you're not having to go on any motorcycle. That was that. So I had to go on private land. I think it was actually at Thruxton Airfield. They do a course up there. Okay. Have a go, we'll know, like a little moped or something, or a 125.
I've never even been on a motorbike or anything of that. No, nothing of that description. Nothing 2 wheels other than a
bicycle,
like push bike.
Yeah. Have a go on the C5, which I know is not quite the same, but
it's got 3 wheels.
It's got 3 wheels. It's more stable.
We're here for pass the parcel. Yeah, that would be me. Pass the parcel.
Just turn up for that and then leaves.
All the traditional things: pass the parcel, musical statues, cake, sausage rolls, that kind of stuff.
Right, thanks. Bye.
Yeah, bye. See you later. Party bag at the end, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta have a party bag.
Yeah, I did party bags for my 21st birthday. We all went out for a meal. Yeah, it was like everybody was a grown up. But
it's a shame I didn't know you back
then.
But
we went.
I'd love that.
Well, I was happy going to go. Yeah, Abigail was an adult as well. She was 18.
Excellent.
But everybody had a party bag with proper party bag stuff in it as well, not like adult suitable things. It was like the little men that you throw at the wall and they drop down, and slinkies and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, properly raided Tesco's party section and did all that.
It's got to be done. Tesco's, Sainsbury's, whichever store
Tesco
you got.
is the best.
Is it really?
Is the best one, yeah.
That's good.
Good evening,
like
Amber.
Tesco.
Sorry.
Oh, Amber, we'll see you tomorrow at your social.
I'm not cool enough to yo. Sorry.
No.
My wife did it last year and went in to do her full license. So I've inherited lots of gear that all fits. And a bike
with no key. Well, can you just try and sort of push it along and just sort of pretend, make noises?
Like a balance bike, just with your feet.
Yeah.
I've passed.
Like Clarkson in Top Gear, and he did the Vietnamese one. You've not seen that, have you?
I probably have, but I don't
Vietnam bike test they did over there. That was quite funny.
Did it run out of juice or something?
No, basically what you meant to do with that was stay within 2 lines all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently, well, I say apparently, he saw it on the show, but whether or not it was scripted or not, because a lot of stuff on that was, he went outside the lines a lot and of course got, fail.
Yeah.
But he was the only one of them to pass the theory, evidently. Oh. So
you win some, you lose some.
You do.
Now, Ian sent a message there and I read nearly all of it. I won't say it out loud because he's obviously retracted it for whatever reason, but it was like, no, okay, fair enough, change your mind.
I thought I was going somewhere.
No, I read nearly all of it, and it's like, I really hope he rewrites it in a different way so that I know what it said.
Yeah,
because
I'm
I'm
sure
like
he
left
will in
in
a minute.
suspense now. I was like, my 6-year-old has planned her parties for the next 3 years. Oh, that's exciting. What's she going for? There you go. I can finish it now.
I am the YouTuber once known as Team Ballylough Classics, or Ballylough for
Ballylough.
Yeah, because us Brits can't pronounce his name correctly, evidently.
I just want to know what the parties are. Like unicorns, princesses, dinosaurs, football, what we're going with. Bear in mind, currently working in a class of 6 and 7-year-olds, I'm hearing a lot of interesting birthdays that we wouldn't have had when we were younger. Trampoline parks, that kind of thing.
They have
stuff that didn't exist.
They have those, but
bouncy castle and ball pool this year. They're nice. I'm skating next and bowling. They're sensible decisions. Also, nicely, gradually getting more grown up as she gets older.
Yeah. I mean, my favourite parties as a child were the ones where we went to all these climbing frame places. You ever go to them?
Oh, like soft play? Yeah. Like when we went to Archie's?
Yeah.
Yeah, soft play. They do them for adults. They do adult sessions. Maybe we should do a social of that.
Yes, we're doing that now.
Okay, we'll do a soft play social.
I'm a big kid at heart. Or go-karting. Yes, I do like go-karting.
Loads of grown-ups do go-karting. Just they're planning that at work as well at the moment. It's a go-karting thing.
There's quite a few go-karting kids' parties now where, as long as the child's 8 years old or older, they get to drive karts. Or at least learn how to do it anyway. I don't know whether Team Sport as a company, because they're quite wide range, actually do it, but I know some more smaller independent companies do.
Yeah.
They're quite fun.
I'm on the adult soft play, best adult soft play in the UK. Let's see if we can find one that's
nearby.
Enfield, Birmingham. That's the Midlands. That'd be useful.
Well, Birmingham's convenient, I suppose, because we have FP, HQ 2, 3, 4 extra. I don't know what we're going by with that one. With our little base in the Midlands of operations.
Oh.
What are we calling that one? Midlands HQ. There we go.
HQ.
Sorted. If they could create a soft play escape. Ooh, that'd be fun.
Oh, that would be cool.
Mixing two things.
Because you've not done an escape room.
No, I've never done an escape room.
That's the other thing that we've been...
I intend to. Fully intend to.
Touting with.
Maybe we'll have to do that this year.
I think that would be a good plan.
It would be.
Ooh.
We've got quite a few around the south as well.
Oh yeah, there's loads.
It's not like we're short on options. It's just something I've never had the chance or gotten around to doing. Because I had no friends.
You couldn't really do. Oh, what's that? You couldn't really do much of a social in an escape room. You wouldn't see anybody. Combining paintballing and quad bikes. Oh my gosh! I would definitely get hurt.
What would happen probably is you get hit by a paintball and then fall off the bike from shock.
Fall off the bike. Somehow manage to be run over by somebody else's and then be like peppered with bullets from somebody else. I know what I'm like.
One thing I wouldn't mind trying is mini moto racing. That looks fun. They actually do one at Rawton, where the Grand Tour was filmed. They have a go-kart circuit there, and they occasionally run mini motos there as well. That was quite fun. So I want to have a go at that. I was going to go and do it with some people from my previous job, but it never quite happened because of certain viruses and things, sadly. But never mind. That's one of those things, isn't it? Anyway.
Sorry, I'm on the one in Birmingham here.
She's still researching.
£30 for 4 people. It's not bad.
No?
No, but they play drum and bass while you're doing it. It's called Balls and Bass, if anybody's interested.
Oh, no. Balls and bass.
I just want it to be the proper, like kids' party, but just adults.
That'd be fun.
Rather than it be specifically designed for adults. I wonder, maybe we'll get in contact with some soft play places.
What was that trampoline place in Southampton?
Oxygen.
Oxygen, that was it. That was good fun.
Yeah, that was good.
I liked Oxygen.
There is another one, Flip Out. That's where the parties have been happening. Yeah, what? Flip Out.
Maybe we'll have to go to one of these.
They're just really dangerous. You just end up hurting. Everybody always comes away bruised or broken something.
I'm not bothered by bruising, broken leg or something, maybe.
We've had broken toes was the one when I went to Oxygen. 2 people broke a toe.
What, on the same day you were there?
Yeah.
Or same session?
Yeah, same group of people.
Gosh.
That was the Southampton bloggers.
Oh. See? Famous.
Famous.
#famous.
I had a mini moto. It was a hoot. Hoot. Hoot, hoot.
Why are you being an owl?
It says hoot.
I know, but why an owl?
I don't know. Owls go hoot.
They do. That's true.
I'm delirious. I'm ill and I'm hot and I'm tired.
We put the fan on, but it'd be a bit distracting. So.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
We've gone from one extreme to the other here today. It's like freezing cold this morning to boiling hot now the heating's on. We're kind of a bit...
Body's struggling to adjust.
Yes, a bit too warm, especially with the congestion.
Yeah. On the mini moto side of things, I went to Thruxton. There we go, I'll get there eventually. Talking too fast for my own mouth. Went to Thruxton to see, I think it was the British Superbikes they had on one year. We went with our local scout group. And they had mini motos on sale there, about £250, something like that at the time. They might have been brand new, second-hand. I'm really not sure on the value on that sort of thing. But that was like quite fun watching loads of people riding around. I was like, Dad, I want to have a go. And he was like, no, you can't have a go on that. You'll fall off and injure yourself. But,
I mean, you probably would.
No, I'm like, yeah, probably, but that's not the point. So that would be fun.
Oh. Guys, stop taking your messages away halfway through me reading them.
I had to go on a mini moto.
Yeah, I saw that much. Clear, and then something went away.
But never mind. I'm sure we'll find out again in a minute. Might want to rephrase it in some way, shape, or form. But yeah. No, mini moto, good fun. The closest thing I had to, though, was electric quad bike.
Is that those tiny little bikes? Is that
really small ones, yeah. Basically, they come up to about here, and then you...
years ago. There we go. Mad, rather than clear.
Clears ago.
Clears ago. Clear to go.
But yeah. The closest I got to that was, say, my electric quad bike, which I think maxed out about 8 miles an hour, and I could actually get it on 2 wheels quite well, actually. Next door neighbour was quite impressed watching me go around on 2 wheels on it. He used to stand there with a mug of coffee. Good work.
Well done, Jake. Very good job.
Yeah, so not at all in a creepy way, I will add.
Yes, lovely guy. I'm not that adventurous.
No.
Nor was my garden big enough for a quad bike. No. You've seen my garden. The woods would have been all right, though.
Oh, yeah. But I don't know whether you could ride that there because it's private property.
What?
Like you have to ride it on private property because of the licensing.
I was going to say the woods isn't private property.
I've actually got footage of me riding my quad bike on, I think it's actually on 2 wheels. I took with my PSP with the camera I got for it back in the day. Yeah, I know. So it's quite grainy footage. It's actually worse than the footage on here at the minute.
You'll have to find it and upload it.
Yeah, I might well do. I think I've even, because it was my nan recording it, and amazingly she didn't chop my head off on it either. She has a habit of taking photos, and it's either from there or you're missing a leg or something. Slightly down the side. She's not the best photographer in the world, but she means well.
She's not doing too bad.
No, but she actually managed to get me in shot, and I think at one point I got within a couple of feet of her, and she was like, whoop, step back. You can hear that on the camera. It's quite fun. So, yeah. Nan was the first videographer, I guess.
There you go. Get her a hoodie quick.
Yeah, we'll have to. So, yeah, maybe I will share that one day.
Guy rode a mini moto across a US stage. I want to say Nevada. Oh, state. I want to say Nevada or Utah. Must see if I can find it. Some of the video series I've been dipping in and out of where an English lad is driving a kid's miniature Jeep across the country. Okay.
You'll have to send me the link to that because that sounds brilliant. That's the sort of thing I'd have done. Yeah, and probably would still do.
Thing that you would still do.
Yeah. I want to take the C5 across the country one day. Land's End to Drive roads in the Sinclair C5. Easy peasy.
Better get your legs practicing.
No, I know. That's why I'm fitting gears to mine.
Honda make a bike called a Grom.
Oh, the Honda Grom, yeah. Yeah, they are basically, as you say, monkey bikes. They look really fun. Have you ever seen one?
No, why would I have done?
I don't know. Just taking you to all these shows.
Yeah, Have we seen one at a show?
We have actually, yes.
Have we?
Of all the shows we've been to, trying to flick back through, yes, we have seen one. Where was it?
Obviously, you're saying yes, but you don't know where it was.
We have actually seen one at a show, but I can't remember which show it was. Oh, which one? It might have been one of Hub Nut Socials. Might have been at Jilks. One just turned up.
Too many shows. That's the problem.
I think one was at Jilks. I think the Honda Grom was at Jilks once we went up there. It might have even been for the Weird Car Twitter meet.
What was ages ago?
I know it was
a year ago. More than a year ago.
Was it really?
Yeah, it was February last year.
Crikey. I thought they were doing more of those as well. Because it was a really successful event.
Well, we need to
message Jim to be talking up. I've heard of modern C5 conversions where they are faster with longer range. Yes, there are quite a lot of them actually in the UK. Many of them, I guess, I suppose, in the sense would be deemed by law illegal, but people will make these changes to obviously improve and make them a bit quicker.
Yeah. I think as well, as long as they drive them safely, it's, the thing with it is when the C5 was around originally, generally the cars were slower, not as capable to do as much as...
And they were also lower as well.
Yeah, as much as they can do now. So in order to kind of maintain a sensible pace on the road, they'll have to go a little bit quicker than they maybe once could.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's all bad.
No, because I have seen people do 24-volt conversions on them because originally they were 12 volts. Others have upped the wattage and things like that. Obviously, different control units, etc., etc. There's a wide variety of things you can do.
Less traffic back then, so it didn't matter too much if you were going slower.
No, but at the same point, there weren't any cycle lanes, whereas now there are a lot more dedicated cycle lanes. So it's a mixed bag.
In, half out.
It is a mixed bag. It's to ride on the road now with a bicycle is in a way better, depending on where you live. Mm-hmm. Certainly in cities, yes.
Yeah.
A lot more cycle lanes there. If you want to go to cycle place, go to Amsterdam. That's Cycle Central.
Well, see, at one point in just before lockdown in Southampton, you could get from one side of Southampton to the other on one almost continual cycle lane.
Really?
You could get from Totton to where I live.
That's quite impressive.
Yeah, but then there was like an election or whatever, and the government changed or whatever it is, the councillor changed, and they scrapped it all. Got rid of it about 3 months after it had been instated. Everybody had just got used to going back to one lane because they changed it for a cycle lane and a bus lane on one side and like you drove on the other one, and then they put it back to being you could drive in either one.
Well, it's like with one near me. I mean, you'll know it. You go down there quite frequently when you're heading home. But near me, they had a road that was double carriageway, obviously one that way, one the other way. And then for some reason, they put cycle lanes in either side, and it essentially made it single. And they said at the beginning of it, you're not allowed to go in the cycle lanes because obviously that, I guess, was the rule. But then they started having so many people crash head on into each other because all of a sudden it was a one-way street, but it had two directions. That eventually the local council just went, just use it as normal, but if you see a bicycle, just be careful. Obviously.
You'll have to tell me what that is because I've got no idea.
No? Oh.
I have an idea, but
You'll know.
I won't say it because I know you don't
want me to. No, saying where I live is a bit more accurate than saying Southampton, unfortunately. But never mind.
I'll narrow it down. I don't mind.
That's what I mean. But yes, let's read the comments, shall we?
I've never felt properly unsafe on my C5. Like the other month, leaving the NEC, I let the truck squeeze by me. Me up against the curb and him up against the bollards on the edge of the lane. We've gone. I wouldn't like that. I wouldn't like that in my car. Never mind in a C5.
No. Unfortunately, I still haven't got my C5 all together yet. I'm still waiting on a new brake kit and something else. What is that I'm waiting for? Oh, yeah, new bearing. Other than that, hopefully one day, very, very soon, I can get it going. That should be very exciting.
Yes.
Take it down to the shops and everything. Like, hello, no locals. That'll be fun.
The good thing is that around here you've got a lot of older people who would probably love to see it.
That would be like,
round.
what the hell is that? What is that, you madman?
Dementia's set in and they've gone back to 1980.
Oh, I remember having one of those. Nearly got flattened by a truck. Set off some very unfortunate memories to some people.
Yes.
Right, shall we talk about what we have been doing or what we have been doing? Sorry,
we have been doing.
Late.
It's all right.
It's been a busy day as well.
It has been a busy day. You've been busier than me in terms of going out. But
yeah, if you follow our Instagram and things like that, you'll have seen I went to the Atwell Wilson Museum in Calne.
Mm-hmm.
That was a very good little museum. I really enjoyed that one. I've never been to it before, despite the fact it's really not that far away. Yeah, fully recommend it. They basically fund themselves. Every bit of money that goes into the museum is an entrance fee, which I will say is pretty reasonably priced for the size of the building.
Yeah, what is it, £9?
£9 for an adult.
Standard.
Yeah. But, yeah, really good value place, I think. They've also got a very, very small shop at the minute. They are currently in the process of improving the entrance to it and also having a cafe as well. So that'll make it even better for, obviously, people turning up.
Yeah, and for that kind of money, I suppose they'll probably up the price a little bit to factor in the cost of the cafe. But
possibly, yeah. Or
even if
they
they made
rely on you actually going into the cafe.
Even if it was £15, it's not bad.
No, I don't think it'd go up quite that much, but you never know.
But at some point, if it was up to that, I would be still happy to pay that kind of money. I obviously didn't go, so I don't know if it's worth it, but
I think it is. I'm sure you'll go up there at some point.
Yes, I'm sure.
But yeah, they also had the actual museum had a stand at the NEC back in November when we went up. They had a little raffle car there, which is a Henley Blue Mini City, so I was very happy naturally.
Yes.
And a Sinclair C5 as well.
I did enter that as well.
You did. So
who knows? We might have 2 in July.
Yeah, I ended up having a good chat with the guy at the museum today about that. That was good fun. He's like, "What, you got a Mini in that car?" I was like, "Yes."
And a Sinclair the Union Jack roof.
It doesn't have a Union Jack roof, mine, but the one there does. So never mind. It's all personal taste at the end of the day. It has a white roof, that one, that's Atwell Wilson.
It's got a Union Jack roof.
But it's a white roof with a Union Jack vinyl on it. Yeah. Anyway, I'll let you choose what to talk about first. There's quite a lot that happened in January, really.
I don't feel like I've done very much.
No,
you've been everywhere and done things, but I haven't.
In a way, I have.
Yeah. But we'll go right back to the beginning. So a lot of the things that have happened in January, we feel like we've been quite busy, generally behind the scenes, because we are currently in the process of doing something that we aren't sharing with you guys just yet.
What?
It will happen. It will come, but not right now. So that's been occupying quite a lot of our brains.
Spoilers.
As well as work and all those kind of fun things that go on. However, we have managed to do a live where Ian of what we're calling ourselves now, Cooper S Traveller.
Yeah.
Formerly known Team Ballylock Classics, joined us, which was lovely. And
that was a really successful format, actually.
It was. It worked really well. That was taking inspiration from when we did the Up and Down vids live with Richard Kitchen. So yeah, that was cool to be able to do that. We would also like to do this more with other people in the future. So we kind of muted it today of maybe every other month. So March, if anybody is free on the 4th at 8 o'clock, just for an hour. We won't, demand too much of your time. Either 8 or 9, and we can do our bit before or after. It would be really nice of you to join us. Obviously, we will put it out there to some other people who aren't joining us this evening, but yeah, there's other people that we've got in mind, but obviously that's still, if we do it every other month, that's still 5 more people, so that's quite exciting. In terms of the other bit of stuff that I do in things of like Instagram and Facebook and all that kind of good stuff, we've started sharing slightly different kinds of posts. So you might have noticed if you follow us on those platforms that we've done a lot more things like national days, like we did National Sci-Fi Day. So it's all things that actually play into the things that we like as well, like Doctor Who and Thunderbirds and all those kind of things as well. We did the Chinese New Year and all those kind of a little bit more stuff that's a little bit more relevant. Now, of course, that is going to be to hit into algorithms and hope for more viewers. Yeah, and all the number things, but also because it actually makes it a little bit more interesting to kind of think out the box of how you can connect the cars. Yeah, but connect the cars to those things. So like Australia Day and the thing that we did on the Imp for Burns Night and that kind of stuff. It's all, it all makes for a little bit more of an interesting kind of post. I've got a very comprehensive calendar of national days of the year.
She does, trust me. I've seen it.
That we are going to hopefully tap into a little bit more, and you'll see a few more bits and pieces as the time goes on. But again, if there's anything that happens that we don't do this year, let us know, and we'll try and do it next year. Ooh,
hooray!
Zoomed in. On Monday, it's 2CV Day.
Ooh, that's worth knowing.
It
can be mini Monday and 2CV Day.
As is the 27th of July, as it's the last one rolled out production. Oh, okay. And TikTok TikTok is something that I have personally, but we don't have as a platform, purely because we can't keep up with what we do as it
all
is.
The trends.
But we can't keep up with the YouTube content and Instagram and Facebook and everything, as well as jobs at the moment. It might change, and it's something that I have thought about, but it's also quite hard to get ideas for all of these things. It's quite hard to sort of come up with these. Well, certainly is for me, but then I'm not particularly car orientated. I'm business orientated. No, but you could come up. I reckon you could come up with ideas, but it's about, again, it's having that time to actually dedicate to put towards it. And there's only so many. Yes, they are very annoying. But yeah, there's only so much time that you can put into these things to make stuff work. But we'll get there. We'll work it out. I'm rattling through the points. Do you want me to carry on? Do you want to say anything?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, carry on.
There hasn't been a video uploaded for a few weeks. You might have noticed that. Just, again, life. Life got in the way. And a lot of stuff is happening in my work life. A lot of stuff is happening at your home life and your work life. Nothing is bad. It's just a lot all in one go.
It's that time of the year.
Yeah, I think it's settling back into the year and the process as well. And it's also, right, it's the new year, let's decorate and let's do this. And as somebody who works in that kind of industry, you're busy. Very busy, yeah.
People look at their walls and go, oh,
yeah,
I like this shade of blue. Can I have a different one?
Or it's like when they take their Christmas tree down and they think, oh, it's a bit...
We need a new carpet.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Whilst we're having the carpet, let's redecorate.
Yeah, let's decorate the whole room. But yes, we will be back soon. There's plenty of stuff to go up.
Yeah, I will say not only that, there is a lot of planning at the minute.
Yes, there's a lot of planning.
Regarding the whole year, not just what we're seeing now in February.
Yeah, we've got a lot. But the thing is, the more that we get planned now, the more stuff we will have later on. But yeah, that's all that we will say on that now, because it's not a bad thing. It's just a curve that what is it? Curveball.
Trying to plan in events and see what time we can make work for us as well with other things that are maybe not so car related, I suppose.
Yeah, trying to get a bit more of a balance for me. That's me being awkward. Sorry. Just, I don't want to spend every weekend at every car show going.
Why not? I love car shows.
I know you do, but I don't necessarily. So I've had a few days this month, like last weekend.
And this weekend as well, in a way. You didn't go to Atwell Wilson?
No, but I did upload.
You did.
I uploaded 14 days worth of social media posts, so I think I was busy enough.
So you weren't busy.
But last weekend I did a thing with my choir, so I spent the whole of Sunday doing that, and on Saturday I went and spent time with my friends while you did your review, which is one of my next points.
Yeah, shall I talk about the review?
Go for it.
Excellent.
Go for your review.
So last weekend I had a good look at a Citroen ZX. It's a diesel 1.9 turbo, so quite a bit of fun with that. Really wants to have a look at that, actually. First time I saw it was Pride and Joy Meet. I think it was the end of December last year. which is quite a while ago now, really, when you think about it. But yeah, it only feels like last week, but all these things blend into one. Citroen ZX. My aunt used to have one, diesel as well, same setup. Only difference was the fact this one was a green colour and hers was red. That was basically the only difference between the two. You know, it was a bit like stepping back in time when I used to go on days out with my aunt and cousins and things like that. So I want to have a bit of a look around at this car, as it was one that was very much a part of my childhood. Obviously not that specific car, but as a brand and type of car. And so I've done a review on it. I haven't quite edited it just yet, but hopefully that should be hitting screens later this month, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Once I've had time to actually sit down and edit it amongst all the other stuff I've got to edit. So, yeah, the Citroen, I did like it, I will say. That's not really a spoiler, though. I like a lot of cars.
Yeah, you do. Any car. I don't think there's been a car that you don't like yet.
There's some that I dislike more than others, but I try to find a positive in whatever I drive, even if it's not necessarily the focal point of the car.
You're a very positive person.
I like to be.
Another thing that we did in January, we celebrated our first caravan-anniversary.
Caravan-anniversary.
Yes. So we have decided we are due a Trixie getaway at some point. Again, we don't know when, but
maybe April.
Yeah,
May,
April, May.
June,
So, but it'll be
July, August,
April
September,
onwards
October,
when the
November.
weather's better. We don't want to be going out when it's freezing cold. But yeah, so that's nice, and it's nice. She's got her new little home, so she's happy and sorted and settled. And
that's one of the things I was doing last
year. Not
year.
pink.
Building a new home for
You were
Tracy. I was building that, so that was good fun.
Yep.
No, that captured on camera. I didn't have the time for it, unfortunately.
No,
Plus, it was also work related.
Yeah,
so.
it's work.
Yeah.
Another one to do with the posts that we put up. We have tried to do Mini Monday. I think we've managed it every week so far, which I know that's only 5 or 4 or whatever it is, but to find
different minis
each Monday is quite impressive.
Each Monday, yeah.
So yeah, we've got those. So if you have a mini, you know anybody with a mini, Ian, the other thing, if you are still there, I was going to contact you to see if we could have some of your wife's mini.
And maybe some minis you've had in the past as well.
Yeah, classic, moderns, whatever. If anybody has a mini, send us some photos on Facebook or Instagram, or I don't know if you can do it through YouTube, but our email is around on YouTube as well.
Mm-hmm.
Send them over. Let us know a little bit about them, and we will include them at some point. I want to try and do Mini Monday every week for the whole year, which I think would be quite cool. So to have 52 minis is going to be quite a feat, but I'm sure we will be able to manage it.
Yeah, we got some good friends with the West Country Minis Club, so hopefully we can ask them.
I'm going to put a bit of a shout out to them to hope for some more. We've also been to the Haynes Museum, and I think that was the first time I've ever been.
Is it?
It might. Well, no, I don't think it's the first time I've ever been, but it's the first time I've been.
Maybe as an adult.
Oh, definitely as an adult. Probably since I was about 6. I don't think I've been since. It's changed. But that was.
I only went like 5 years ago. I think it's changed a lot since I last went.
No, I don't. That's what I'm saying. It's changed. I don't remember it at all.
Oh, sorry,
I don't remember it in any capacity. So I either haven't ever been, or it's changed so much I don't recall it in any way. Yeah. But that was a really nice day out with some friends. Again, West Country Minis friends.
Yeah, we just had a nice day out there. Didn't really do any filming with that, to be honest.
It was just
more photos than anything. Yeah,
we took some photos, and it's nice to just have these days with your friends that you meet through cars, and obviously you end up chatting cars, and I'd have that one and I'd buy that one. But yeah, it's just nice to have those chilled out days.
Yes, definitely.
I'm going to hop over here for a second.
WhatsApp.
Had a Mini City 1987, but no photos. That's a shame. It would have been nice to have. It would have been nice to have different. No, but it would have been nice to have like other people's minis as well. Otherwise, we'll end up cycling through all my dad's.
Yeah, that's true.
An R50. That's a modern mini.
That is.
You can go for it.
Yeah, we're doing
photos.
We're trying a month. Every month, one day is going to be Modern Mini Monday.
Yeah, Modern Mini Monday.
To try and include that scene in it as well.
Some of them aren't.
They are part
particularly
of the
modern anymore. Some of them, some of the early ones are like 25 years old. That's, or nearly 25 years old. That's knocking on the doors of a classic practically anyway.
Depends who you ask, because there is no definition. This is something I was talking about with Joseph Lloyd today, actually. There is no set definition of what a classic is.
No, but insurance companies change depending on what it is, but they go for 40 years, not 25. But how many cars realistically live for 40 years?
Millie's well on her way.
Yeah, she is. 9 years to go.
Maybe not even that at this point. What is she?
31.
Must be 32 this year.
Oh, yeah.
In July.
Yeah, 32. Blimey. Okay, 8 years then.
Mine's 20 is my 4th Mini, but the first modern one. There you go. See, that's heading well on its way.
Well, if you would like to send, I mean, did you say on Twitter? If you want to send Jake some photos on Twitter,
send it through on Twitter or something.
We'll collate them together and I'll sort them into my folders. Ready to put. It might not necessarily be anytime soon. It might be October, but it's nice to have them ready to go. Next one on my list. I'm going to jump down there. Millie, talking of minis, Millie was featured on Ian Cooper S Travellers channel, as were you. Were you on it? Yeah, you
I was on it. I was talking about it.
Was I on it as well? Because I was sat in the car.
You were there sat in the car. You didn't actually say anything.
No, because I was ill again.
There seems to be a running theme here. I'm never ill.
It's the school. It's the school. It's the children. I blame the children. They like to share germs, but nothing else. But yeah, so that was cool to have Millie featured somewhere else.
Oh, speaking of which, actually, if anybody has watched that video, you'll see where I talked about how I got into minis and why I really like mine. The colour mainly. That's what attracted me to that specific car, but also obviously various other factors. And I talked about one little model that I think was Norev. Actually, I've got one over just behind the laptop. But I'll go and grab it. Why not?
While I read the comment.
But with that, they actually have one of these in the Atwell Wilson Museum. What are these little models here?
Oh, hang on.
Hey, there we go. So you can see the screen better from where you are. Yeah, they have one of these little models in the Atwell Wilson Museum. I was like, oh, I've got one of those.
I think you could do that in most shops. What we'll have to do is one day we're going to sort through all of the models that Jake has.
I'm not just Jake, I am the Jake.
And I think we'll have to time lapse sorting them out. Just the amount of them.
I think what we'll have to do is start our own museum at this rate.
Just a model museum. We could start a model museum.
A
tiny museum.
Well, when you think we've got the classic Mini, Sinclair C5, very rare Caravan,
very rare Renault.
Pound 100 HP, which is becoming a cult classic.
Put Gertie in it for good measure.
Gertie.
Just get rid of mine. Mine's too popular.
I don't know. The Fiat 500 one day will certainly be amongst that, especially as a new movement of the 500, I guess.
We've got lots of opinions on what was a classic. So,
oh no,
opinion 40 is a classic. See, that's a good definition. I like that. 20 to 25 years is future classic. 40 years is a classic. Some exceptions, late minis are all classics now. Exotics maybe after 30. So yeah, really there is no answer. But they're getting more commonplace and less. Ooh, it's an exciting modern Mini. It's just people just call it a Mini. You get a Mini and a classic Mini now, don't you? That's
exactly.
Or a BMW Mini and a classic Mini is kind of how it is.
That's how it's distinguished. Divided up, I'd say.
Good afternoon, Edward. We will come to the Sana. We don't really know anything about it, but we'll come to that in a second.
We don't know anything about it.
Well, we don't really know anything how it is. It's fine. It's sitting there because Matt's not doing anything with it.
Well, as far as we're aware with it, let's just come back to the Sana now because we're on that topic.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. The Sana, as far as we're aware, has taken a little bit of a backseat to other projects, which I guess are easier to get going at the minute.
Yep.
Matt is still sourcing quite a lot of parts for it, but as we said in the previous videos specifically on it, sourcing parts for a Sana is incredibly difficult, which is why Matt's essentially bought himself a copy sheet essentially to go off of. But yeah, he's not made a lot of progress with it. He's hoping to get it started soon. Now he's found the keys for it, which are in the engine bay of all places.
I didn't know that. I'd missed that. I'd missed that bit. I knew he'd lost them, but I didn't know.
No, Ian Seabrook was saying that he had no idea they were in there at all. Like, they were in there for the entire duration of his ownership. He just didn't find them in there. But yeah, so that's where the Sana currently is at. It's not really changed a lot since you last saw it in that video, and probably saw it at the party in that video.
Yeah.
Hopefully we will have it running maybe later this year.
He's got trips to go to or plans to go to Serbia at some point as well, I think, to look on location, shall we call it.
Yeah, that's in his, I think, plans, but whether or not it comes to fruition, because he's quite a busy man as well. Yes.
But Matt is in on the exciting things that we have planned, just to let you know. So he's also planning.
Yes.
Along with us. So that's quite exciting. Yeah. And Matt is also very, I was going to say vocal. That's not what I mean.
He's loud.
He's very vocal. He's very, what's the word? I can't think of it. He's like taking a big part of my job at the moment as well. So like he's very active in that area as well, which sounds a bit wrong. That's not the words I mean, but that kind of, at the moment we're in discussions over that kind of thing in terms of work as well. So he's a very busy man, as well as working and family, and he's off at a niece's birthday party this evening, so that's why he's not with us, and why we're talking about him in the third person like he's not here, because he's not. In the chat at the minute. He's not. He won't be. He's a busy man.
He'll be around somewhere. I believe he was busy today as well, so he might join on slightly later. We shall see.
But he's very much looking after his car, keeping.
Yeah, he's trying to keep the ones that he's got running. If you know what I mean, rather than focusing on any of the others.
Trying to get any of the others started.
Yeah. Priorities, you know.
What else have we got? I had a temporarily broken 500.
What are you doing to it, mate?
I know, it just got the hump, I think. Doran, my lovely little 500, decided to
not have coolants anymore.
Well, it was when we did our Haynes trip, and she decided to get a bit huffy and steam, for want of a better word, and it was a bit, oh dear, smoking out towns as we came back.
Yeah.
And then as we came back, that was fine. I managed to get her to work a couple of times, and she didn't like the traffic queues and continued to overheat. Well, she didn't overheat, that was the thing. She just steamed. And we didn't really quite know why. There was no sign of overheating or anything other than the steam. Looked at everything, looked quite thoroughly, or you looked quite thoroughly at everything, and there was nothing obvious. And then cut to not Wednesday just gone, but the previous Wednesday, I was on my way home from work, and the temperature gauge just went right to the top, and it said immediately stop. So there was me in my 60-mile-an-hour section of road back from Winchester to Southampton, and I had to pull over, and slightly panicking, phoned my dad of a kind of what do I do? And I managed to limp it round the corner to anybody who knows Winchester, to Hockley Link, where the bypass for the motorway is, and pull into a lay-by. And you might have seen the photo on Instagram of the fact that my dad came to rescue me with the trailer and his van. Thankfully, I wasn't too far away from home, and he is very good and managed to fix it for me on the following day. So I had to be ferried around like a bit of a princess for a couple of days, but that was all right.
Up from work.
You did, because you're loving like that.
I'm so nice.
And then so I managed to get to work, dropped off, you picked me up, and then by the next day she was fixed. So I'm back driving her again now. So yes, she's no longer broken, she is fixed. And one more thing to share, and that is this.
I will let you say it. Okay. Since you've been reading through them.
Sorry.
You've been rattling through them.
No, the 500 is not a twin air. I was asked that question last year and didn't know the answer to it, and now I do.
No, it's not. It's a 1.2 fire.
That is true. Italian cars never break. They had an off day. It was what was it? A thermostatic hose or something like that.
I don't know.
Whatever it is, the heaters are a million times better than they used to be.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's really funny.
Excellent. Yeah, but it's like with, as I said to you at the time, when the bypass hose went on Millie and just exploded all over the engine. Yeah. All fine, temperature fine. Then all of a sudden, nope.
Yeah, we had puddles. We generated puddles.
Did I tell you what the most annoying thing was when Millie's one went?
No.
No, pulled over, obviously steam coming out of everywhere, and this guy in a van goes, "Oh, your car steam." He's like, "Yeah, thanks, I've noticed."
Really? You don't say?
Gee, thanks. Yeah.
Right, the final thing for July. Oh God,
no, we're not that
skipped in. For January is we announced our first social of the year, and that is our first social. We are planning on doing at least one more. And we are going to be at Jilk's Garage Cafe in Kyneton.
It's Kyneton.
One of the three.
You'll get Keith in the chat in a minute going.
And we will be there on the 1st of April. It is not a joke. We will be there from 9 o'clock until 3 o'clock to say hello to anybody who wishes to join us.
If you do wish to join us, please, though, do sign up.
Yes, there is
on Eventbrite.
There's an Eventbrite link, which we will be sharing again.
It's not so much for us, it's more for the team at Jilks, because we like to keep good relations with them.
Yes, and just so that we don't have too many people, because we're going to be overrun otherwise if we keep sharing it to places and people keep booking. But we just wanted to share with you guys in case you haven't seen it. And I think that pretty much sums up our January.
Yeah, there's quite
and
a lot.
I said it right the first time this time. Yay.
Not July.
Should we go back a little bit, because we have quite a few here.
Favourite car on the fleet?
We'll let Matt know. I'm sure he'll be very pleased.
But what is your favourite car on the fleet, though?
Mine? Millie.
Is it?
Yeah.
Interesting. Mine is also Millie. That's why I make so many videos on that car. Many shows and things, but she's in a good place at the minute. Although, actually, speaking of Millie, she is going away for a little bit of rust work.
That was my February chats.
Oh, well, fine. Doesn't matter.
Suspense.
I'm jumping ahead with this. But no, Millie's going away actually next week for a bit of body work. So she'll be away for a couple of days and then come back. Hopefully it will be well.
Yes.
But in the meantime, at least I've got the Fiat to use.
Yes.
So, and the Sandero.
Or my car.
Or your car if I have to. But
we'll work it out.
I'm sure I'll be fine.
I'd already jumped ahead. 500 fixed. Whoops.
I've got enough choice. Oh, telling me off for getting
Sorry,
ahead.
well, technically the 500 was fixed in January, so...
Yeah. But yes, we're also filming from my bedroom today, because currently Trixie the Trident Caravan, if anybody watches or has watched those videos...
She's outside and it's cold.
She's outside, it's cold, and she's also full of stuff because we're still doing lots of work here at the minute, so she's being used as a bit of a storage facility.
Camper van cushions.
She is full of various Sinclair bits, a Volkswagen camper bits, and various other bits we take all day with us. So she's not big, so
there's not that much room.
You can't put too much in, but it's just stuff that fills up and you can't use at the minute.
Yeah,
but
it's also a bit too cold to be sat out in a
caravan at 8 o'clock
box
at night.
At 8 o'clock, yeah, or 10 to 9.
I know, we're weak, aren't
we? Yeah. So yes, that's that one, and that one. We've got a few more reviews coming up in February. I might actually join you for some of these ones.
Yes, we are really trying to put a bit of a push on the reviews this year.
Yeah.
Because not only do I enjoy them, I enjoy interacting with the owners of the cars. They tell me a lot about the history of the car. Mm-hmm. I found out loads about the Citroen when I went to it last weekend that I maybe wouldn't otherwise have known.
Yeah.
I'm actually genuinely looking forward to the next one.
Yes.
I mean, I know previously I've done more modern cars, such as many of the MGs, maybe not so much the latest of MGs run, because they've changed their rules about who they're allowing to review their cars now, basically. And it very much depends on subscriber numbers amongst viewing hours and various other different things. So there we go. Maybe, I guess, in a way, a bit of a tip for those if you're looking to have something like that.
Yeah. You got to get the numbers first.
You got to get the numbers, yeah. I mean, obviously, I've got a bit of an existing relationship with them through having previous cars on the channel. But they're not allowing me to have any new cars at the minute because of that. So I know, boo-hoo for me, but never mind.
You like an older car anyway.
I do. I have a soft spot for certain older
and
vehicles.
also, we've said before that we definitely like to sort of promote older and classic cars to a younger audience, which, I mean, we do have a younger audience generally, and also from the fact that we are on the younger end.
No, I'm old now.
I know you're old now, but I'm not quite old yet.
I'm in my late 20s now.
We are, because we are more of a on the kind of under 30s, then let's call it that. Then we're more likely to appeal potentially to a younger audience and show off the actual, benefits and the positives of having an older car, as well as the newer ones.
Yeah. But also, obviously, that doesn't mean if you're maybe older than 30 that your car will not be featured. It will be.
No, of course. It's not to do with the age of the person. It's to do with the age of the car. Because at the end of the day, the cars need to be shared with a variety of people in order to keep them going.
Yes, definitely.
Here we go. That's my soapbox. I'll get down now.
Okay.
Thanks. What else have we got? Japanese cars are unreliable. I've had nothing but blowouts and flat batteries on all of them. My 2CV has never played up. I thought Japanese cars are supposed to be good.
Supposedly they are, but I'm guessing you're always going to get a few rough ones.
Yeah, true.
No, nobody's perfect, basically. Country is perfect. Country, whatever.
My Rover caught a puncture last Sunday and the spare wheel. Oh dear. That's not good. I've never had a flat tyre,
by the way. Have you not?
No.
I have once, but luckily I was on the drive when it happened.
Oh, no, I've never even really experienced one, I don't think. I don't think I've ever been in the car when we've had one. I know when I was in Mum's car, I can't remember what car it was, but we were there one time and it was fine when we left home. I think we were going to Legoland or somewhere like that.
That's a day ruiner, isn't it?
And we came, but it was as we were coming back, but it was like the metal was coming out of the tyre.
Metal?
Yeah, there was like the wire that's in it.
The canvas. Is it canvas?
No, it's like metal.
Oh, right, fair enough.
But yeah, that was coming out, but I don't quite know why.
No.
Yeah, so that was an eventful one, and we ended up stealing a tray from Burger King because it was still in the car when we were towed away by the AA people. Yeah, we had it for ages. We kept that tray for years.
Excellent. Burger King never once thought, hang on a minute, we're missing a tray.
We're missing a tray.
Oh, I bet it was that one. The one with the flat tyre.
Yeah.
They've done it. The only time I had a puncture was when I'd been away for a week and then come back and I thought, I'm going to take my car out for a drive because it's not obviously been used for a week. Give the battery a charge up. Yay. No, went down a single track lane. Coming the other way was a van. Wasn't slowing down, so I moved over for it as much as I could. And as it turned out, I just happened to run over one of those very sharp and spiky branches.
Oh.
And that punctured my tyre. So my wanting to charge up my battery cost me about 45-50 quid. So that wasn't a good day. At least the spare and the...
Was that the Panda?
That was the Renault.
Oh, really?
It's the only car I had at the time. So.
I wasn't sure.
No, I know.
The guy I'm renting my new workshop from has a VW camper, 3-cylinder, 4, but 1 is melted. Oh dear, that doesn't sound good either.
No.
That's a little series of bad things there, isn't it?
No, having a melted cylinder is not really ideal, to say the least. It's a bit like with my friend, the Rubbish Mechanic, as he's known on YouTube. He had an Alpha 80, I think it was, model. And we just had a load of work done to it. Spent quite a few hundred, maybe even thousands on it. And within about driving, within about 5 miles of driving it, one of the pistons just exploded. And I remember when we went to one of the meets at Jilks, he showed us this piston. It's just a big hole in the side of it. And you think,
oh, yes, I remember that.
Yeah, do you remember that one? Yeah. Needless to say, he wasn't very impressed. I mean, I wouldn't be either. But it was an incredibly rare car when it was working. And even when it wasn't working, it was still rare. But I believe he's now sent it overseas.
Oh.
That's not me saying it for anything, but just more... That's literally where it went. Didn't go to the scrapyard. Somebody overseas bought it.
That's good, though.
The only person who wanted to buy it, so he's like, "Yeah, okay, you can have it."
Yes. I'm delighted to just be described as a younger audience. Well, I think, it depends on what you... I mean, nobody's young or old or whatever in this kind of world, because you
like cars, and that's the
you
end of
like
it.
cars, and we don't care how old you are. But yeah, I think generally it's more about, for us, it's keeping the younger people and keeping a scene of around us of younger people, not only because we're more likely to get on with them and be friends with them, but also because it provides us with that positive feedback that we're going to have that community as like life goes on. Because if everybody who's in their 50s now are the only people who are into cars, in 30 years' time, they're going to be too old and doddery to drive. So that will die off. Well, and then all these cars will die away. And it's like, oh.
Well, that's one of the things we hear, because although we don't have an MG, we've got some good friends in the MG car club now. That's one of the things we hear from them. They go to all these car meets, maybe with older members who've got stuff like MGBs, and obviously the stuff that maybe appeal to them in their youth.
Yeah.
Whereas now, obviously, you've got a lot of younger MG enthusiasts interested in the SAIC MGs, and also stuff like the F and the TF, and the ZRs and ZSs and all those other models. Yeah. Not the new ones, well, they might be. Who knows? But the point is, they're trying to obviously start their own, I guess, movements would be the right word. Start their own little clubs up, obviously celebrating those, which is great. So,
well, it's the same as the Minis have a young members kind of
branch Mini Cooper
as well.
Register, isn't it?
Yeah, have a young members one, and these guys that we know through the MG, it's the MG young members. Maybe we should just do a fuel power club, but then have a young members branch.
Who's going to run it?
Me and you. Who else runs fuel power? Me and you.
That's all right then. Yeah, actually, the people we know are running an event up in Leicestershire, I think it is, later this year in July. Yeah. The post-Abingdon weekend are open to, I think it's Rovers and MGs. I will need to double check these things. We'll make any sort of promotional stuff for it.
Yeah, we'll give them a share as they get a little bit closer as well, because people, they do well enough as it is, but sometimes that last little boost helps with only a month to go is quite nice. So.
Yes.
Let's go back up a little bit, shall we? I had a flat tyre in a Carlton.
Vauxhall Carlton.
Oh, at miles an hour. Oh dear. I won't.
Running from the police.
That was not quick. Fun at all.
It wasn't 40 RA, was it?
I don't know what it means.
No, it's a very well-known Vauxhall Lotus Carlton.
Oh, thanks.
Which is running from the police a lot. And the government tried to ban the Carlton sales because of it.
Oh. Mm-hmm. So when you get a puncture but your car doesn't have a spare... Oh, yeah, it's like those awful inflation kits. Yeah.
Yeah,
Fill up the hole.
I've never had that. All the cars I've ever owned, if I've had a full-size or space saver at least.
I think Mum's got a can. I don't know. Yeah. Ooh. I've got a spare, but...
I've got a spare, as you know. Even when we bought the Sandero, I was like, get a spare in it, because if you get a flat tire,
I'd always get a spare wheel. I wouldn't get a... Yeah, I wouldn't get a spare wheel. I'd get a spare wheel, not the can, because I think I'd be more inclined to, or more likely to know how to change the spare wheel just using my brain, rather than using the...
You could figure it out.
Right, yeah, rather than using the can. I think that would blow my mind a little bit more.
And that's why we need to show you how to do that.
Yes, we do. Just in case.
Make a video.
We could.
Well, you've had everything else happen, so
yeah, true. Why not?
Next, so you may as well know.
Top 3 things to happen, or 3 things to happen.
Maybe that should be a section. Genevieve's top 3 things to happen to their car, and not in a good way.
How to fix them. Cry at the side of the road and hope that Jake fixes it for you.
Phone your dad or your boyfriend. Yeah.
Or both.
Or both at the same time. On WhatsApp group.
I'm fitting a kill switch to the Cortina. Oh, don't kill it. Was that like an ejector seat? Kill your passenger.
Well, it could be if you like. Depends how well you like your passenger.
Exactly.
But no, obviously kill switches, batteries and things.
Yeah, I know. Not that stupid.
Just in case.
Jeez.
Sorry, mansplaining.
Rubbing it in. That you know things I don't.
It's alright. I fitted a kill switch to Trixie.
Did you?
Yeah.
Where's that?
It's in the front box of the battery.
Oh, okay.
Got a little switch on it.
Yeah.
I don't know what I have to do. I'll take after my dad.
Speaking about reviews, I have a few really cool minis to review this year. Really enjoy that series of videos, and like you say, it's the interaction with the owners and hearing their stories.
Yeah.
Yes, talking about that as well, actually. We also have I have alongside it a blog post that is a bit more of an interview with you. So obviously Jake focuses a lot on the car. I've got an interview with the owner that I trialed with my dad when we did the
Land Rover.
All right,
I'm jumping in.
Finish my sentences.
I'll shut up and drink.
I trialed it with him last year, and obviously being my dad, it was easy to get hold of the information. But we did it with this Citroen ZX. Thank you. I was going to say XZ, and I was going to say XZ, and knew that didn't sound right. And got some information from the owner of that to make into a blog post. It's not live yet because it will go up when Jake's video goes up.
It's a companion series, basically.
Yeah, and it's also to draw people to the website if you don't know what it is. Again, it's all over social media. I can share that as well. There are a few blog posts on there, not particularly many, but we do keep a bit of kind of rolling information going on that as well, just for good measure. Let's go up a little bit more because we're typing too much. Hello, Mr. Mackland. Thank you for joining us. Without young blood, classics will die out. It's absolutely vital. You're very true. We need younger people to keep it going because that's how these things will continue. I mean, I have a lot of faith from working with children that a lot of them still like cars, especially the boys. And that provided that their enthusiasm stays for the next at least 10 years, then we'll be fine. But
it is quite interesting when you think about it. Obviously, there's that EV revolution happening as we speak.
Yep.
What's that going to mean for older cars in the future, do you think? It's an interesting topic.
Yes, hard hitting at 9:10.
It is, isn't it?
Let's see, the comments just go mad now.
Yeah, just immediate typing everywhere.
I'm also currently compiling parts for a future build. Might be a year or two away, but my plan is to have all the parts to hand. Pretty quick build, so that'd be cool.
Yeah, that's something I should have done with the C5. But when I bought the body and the chassis for it, I wasn't planning on actually buying a C5.
No.
I just thought, I'll put a bid in, see what happens. Oh, I've won it.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Whoopsie.
Better go up and collect it with the trailer.
Young person's branch, that rules me out. Then
young person's
you're
branch.
Not that old, Ian.
Yeah. Just in brackets.
What do we need to make it? Under 40, under 45.
What do we need to 75? That'll be
what do we need to make it to make you a young person, make you feel better?
Under 75.
Wasn't 40 RA, but ironically we were on the way to buy a new set of tyres. We got it down to 80. Oh, that is
that's
speed.
Kilometers, right?
Yeah.
Kilometers now.
Oh, blimey.
Oof. I can imagine that'd be quite an expensive repair on a sill.
The ejector seat goes in next week. Good plan.
Good plan, Johnny English. Or James Bond.
Jane Blonde.
Jane Blonde. Is that one?
What?
Is that one? Jane Blonde?
Jane Blonde is a series of books, I think. It's a play on James Bond, yeah.
Yeah, parody on.
Nowhere for a spare in the Mini, but the Leon has a wheel well. That's hard to say. Say that 10 times fast. Wheel well. But just as a plastic tray with a pump and a can of gunk. Another bit, can of gunk is also quite hard to say.
You sure you're okay this
evening? I'm very snotty, and I don't know why. My mate's 131 Abarth ejected its passenger seat through the floor on the Autobahn. Oh, I don't think it was supposed to do that, though. Hey.
Much to the annoyance of the front passenger.
Like lots of sparks. I can only imagine.
Oh, what the hell's happened here?
Did they have? Do the Abarths have that little secret hidey hole in the passenger seat like mine does?
I don't actually know. I can't remember.
All the things had come out the bottom. My Haynes manual would be everywhere.
I don't think Tom's one does.
I don't know.
Because I know some of the Pandas actually have got that little hideaway as well. Mine doesn't. But I think it's driver's seat on those. Whereas it's...
Well, that's not very handy.
Well, not if you want to grab someone whilst you're driving. Yeah. No, when you're at a standstill, it'll be all right.
Mine's the just got my Haynes manual. It's a bit curly now, but it's in there if I ever need it. There's a company creating synthetic fuels for the combustion engine, so things that would be cool.
Yeah, because that's one of the things they're looking to do in Formula One in 2026. They're looking to have fully synthetic fuels, which I think is something that's actually generally quite an interesting thing to follow.
Yeah, but if it's only getting to F1 in 2026, imagine when it's going to get to.
I know, but the thing is, when
Shell petrol stations,
when something like F1, not necessarily F1 specifically, but when a series such as that get hold of that technology, it comes through very, very quickly.
Yeah.
Think how quickly the hybrid cars have advanced since they started using those systems in F1. It's amazing how quickly it's happened. It won't be ready in time for the current cut-off date in England, at least in 2030, for sales of petrol and diesel cars to go. But it might at least help out those that already have petrol or diesel cars. Actually, they've changed that in Scotland now. There's 2032 in Scotland.
Is it? Mackland? What is it?
Lewis, let us know. You live there.
Only as young as you feel. If that's the case, I'm still only 25. In my head, I'm still 20. Oh, God. What age are you in your head?
I don't know what age I am.
Well, that's 6.
Probably. Mentally. May as well be.
I'm a bit... I'd go with that. I'd be quite happy if I'd stayed at 22, but still kind of carried on my life as it was. My kids are all very into their cars and bikes. The R50 is for my son, even though he's only 9 next one's. I mean, plan ahead, why not?
Good car for the future.
Yeah.
Be one of those cars that will be definitely in the classic scene.
Yes. Also, happy birthday for Wednesday.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
But that's
future classic, is that what it was described as earlier?
Yes, it would be. I mean, obviously it is now, but when you think about it in, maybe he's 9 now,
10
obviously
years.
10 years or so, 8 years, 10 years, whatever. How many people are going to have a R50 BMW Generation Mini? Probably not many at that point. I imagine there'll be, maybe electric Volkswagens or some sort, or Fords or whatever. Certainly Stellantis group cars are going electric all quite quickly, actually. It's quite hard to keep track of, really, when you look at it.
Oh, you find it much easier than I do, because I don't even know what you're talking about.
No?
Not really.
No, never mind.
I do know the Stellantis group, though. I've had to email them, so that's fine.
That's true.
I know who they are.
So a Rover is a rarity even now. Yeah, that's true. 75s are definitely becoming much more rare. Unfortunately, I do know of one that was crashed into recently, but the owner still got it until the insurance claim comes through. So there may be hope for it yet, but I'm not really keeping out much hope.
Not holding out much hope.
No, sadly not.
Right.
Shall we have a look at what we're doing in February then?
Yes, I think we've covered most things. Spoken about the fact that 500 is fixed. That Outlaw Wilson you went to today, you've spoken about that. Millie's having her work done on next week. On next week, that's what we're going to
On next week. On next week's episode of next week.
More reviews are in the calendar, ready to go.
Yep, we just haven't filmed them yet because the date hasn't rolled around.
Nope. And again, more things that...
More planning.
Yep.
But in the more immediate future, shall we say, regarding tomorrow?
In the next 12 hours, yeah.
Yep. We're heading off down to Poole to Revo's Hub. A little, I guess, restaurant, cafe, would you describe it as?
I think it's kind of a cafe. Yeah, cafe, not a restaurant.
Yeah. A little cafe where Amber of Driven 24/7, she's holding a little social tomorrow morning.
She was here earlier. I don't know if she's still here.
I don't know.
She's probably prepping for tomorrow.
She probably is prepping.
The car is very clean.
It is, yeah. We've seen it on Twitter, and I think she also put it on Instagram.
Yeah, probably.
Evening, Josh, as well. But yes, we're going down to that tomorrow. We're going down in the Panda for that. So just try and keep Millie up and ready for next week. If there's any problems, I need to still get it there. So
yes,
all good. I'm sure she'll be fine. But she did throw a bit of a hissy fit last year, so
hopefully that was me. That wasn't.
Hopefully, a bit of pampering this year will prevent any grumpiness, shall we say? Are we going to the NEC next month?
You have already asked, but we don't know. The answer is still we don't know.
It's a bit up in the air at the minute, but
it's probably unlikely, but we wouldn't say no if we were invited, or we haven't got, put it this way, we haven't got tickets to go as visitors, just because money doesn't always allow these things, and it's quite a trek for probably what would just be one day.
Yeah, whilst we have a place in the Midlands we can stay, it's not exactly close to the NEC.
No. And also we have had communications with people before about about us being on their stands and that kind of stuff. So if that was to play out, then yes, we probably would be, but nothing has materialized or come into fruition just yet. So we will see. There's time. There's time yet.
Yeah, not much.
There's enough going on, guys.
Not yet, but there's quite a bit of time yet. I'm hoping to do the NEC. Never really been to one yet, so really excited.
They are good.
They are really good shows.
It's not the Resto show or whatever, but it's the similar idea. They are good.
Yeah. The one thing I don't like is the queuing to get in, but you're going to get that with any large scale event. Yeah. It's not just an exclusive to the NEC. No. As far as things like that go, I was impressed the fact they actually managed to get us in within 15 minutes of us arriving.
Yeah, which I think 15 minutes isn't bad.
Yeah, given the amount of people descending, because it wasn't just the car show that weekend, it was Comic-Con as well. You had everybody turning up for that.
Yep, it was like very obvious car nerd. Oh, somebody dressed in a Star Wars costume.
And then you had people who were going to both. So you'd have like Chewbacca wearing a British Leyland shirt. It was quite an odd mix. It was very bizarre. But yeah. They're definitely worth going to. I mean, I've got actually a video from the NEC last year, which I still haven't put up yet, because it's just one of those things which hasn't quite taken priority amongst other things.
No, we need to have a week off work to just sit down and get these things done.
So that will be happening at some point, hopefully in the next week, possibly 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully that will be going up. So if you want to have an idea of what it's like at a car show there, then that video will be going up and you can give it a watch. Obviously, there are loads of videos on various
there's
car
other
shows.
people.
I think our friend Joseph Lloyd filmed about 11 hours of footage in total.
Yeah, it was something mental.
That's a lot.
So if you want if you're really stuck for content to watch on YouTube, that is more than enough to keep you going.
Yeah.
But if not, if you want a slightly shorter version, hold out for a couple of weeks and Jake's got you covered.
Hopefully it'll be either next week or the week after.
That's fine.
We shall see.
Some point this month. We'll go with that.
Yeah.
Where are we?
We're up to Maverick Motors with Josh.
Can be expensive. I loved it last year, but the food and hotel for several days does get costly. Yes, and you've got quite a journey to come down as well. Even more than us.
How long does it actually take you to get to the NEC from yours?
And also these guys that we were mentioning earlier with the MG Young Members Club. Although, does Josh count as that now?
He's an honorary member. He's
a previous member. Both Maverick Motors and Macklin's Motors are 2 members of that MG club. So it's nice to have them with us after we've talked about them. And so 2.5, 3 hours. So probably about the same as ours, really.
Realistically to the NEC, yes.
Yeah.
Sort of still am technically, yeah. It's like us, we don't have an MG at all.
No, we don't.
Still, it seems to be accepted. So.
Close enough.
The Mini's close enough. It did have MG Rover badging all over the engine bay at one point.
There you go.
So that was quite fun. It was that period of time.
Yeah, it's friends. That's the thing.
Yeah,
isn't it?
Girlfriend.
Friends, car friends.
What sort of bodywork is Millie having? Well, that's my department.
That is your department.
So
holes filled.
So she's got a couple of holes in the wheel arches, which have developed over the last year or so, really. And then, well, we're doing a bit of a mini run in March. It's been quite well advertised.
A bit of a mini run.
Yeah. I like to sort of tone down with it.
Sorry.
No, we're doing basically what is a 700-mile road trip in the Mini in March. And given that we know what March in the UK is like, it could be
snowing.
Could be snowing, could be frosty, it could be rainy. I'd rather not have wet feet on a 700-mile journey. So, yeah, we're getting those sorted. Previously, with one side of the Mini's wheel arch there was a bit of rust forming, and the other side is now having the same thing. It's going to need doing more professionally, but unfortunately, the company that I've chosen to do it are not available until October, realistically, this year, late September, early October. So I've just said to my usual mechanic, can you just do it up to get it through this year, and it will get done properly next year? And he's agreed to that, so that's what's happening next week. So it's
nothing too extravagant.
No, it's not like she's getting a full-on body kit or a spoiler or something. It's just
Millie with a spoiler.
Yeah.
Big carbon fibre, pointy thing.
Or a new fiberglass front end. It's just trying to get it so that it passes the MOT, ready for this year. Make sure it's safe as well.
Yeah, she's not going to look any different by the end of it.
No, let's put it this way. It wouldn't be the end of the world if the Mini wasn't able to do these runs, but it would be nice to.
Yeah.
Especially, given it's a mini run. Although, obviously, at the end of the day, we got the Fiats, so we can always use more of them.
Yes.
If we had to.
I like this comment here. On the train back, I sat with another guy who had only went to the cars. And me being younger, he had to ask me, what the hell is this? What is Comic-Con and why are they in fancy dress? I like that one.
I still remember back when I went to Comic-Con for Scooby-Doo for it.
Yes. Well, we very nearly did. That was when we did the run to Cheddar Gorge in the minis, wasn't it? There was a fancy dress competition that was then put off because there was a thunderstorm. And we nearly did a Scooby-Doo and Daphne dress-up combination.
Row.
Which wasn't bad planning, for bearing in mind that was, 4 weeks into knowing each other? I think that was pretty good planning.
Yeah, it was pretty good. But yeah, that was quite fun, walking back and getting on the trains and things,
Yeah, people staring at you.
No, as a child, I was like, Daddy, look, it's Scooby-Doo. I was just like, hello.
You that
awkwardly.
That convincing.
Yeah. I mean, Rollo. Rollo.
I haven't been for several years, and I'll be there for 4 days. I'm expecting to be. Yes, we were absolutely knackered after one, but then it's probably better after 4 days because
you can spread it out.
You can spread it out a bit more.
Go back to your hotel after 3 hours or something.
Yeah,
if you
or you can go and come back. I suppose if you've got tickets, if you're not too far away, you could go for the first bit of the morning, go back to your hotel, have a bit of a lie down, have a bit of a sit down, then go back again.
Yeah.
Whereas, well, you did all the driving, but we were up there, we were up in the Midlands anyway. Then, did we stay at a hotel for that?
We stayed in the hotel for the night before, and then we went to
it was up the road, wasn't it? It was the noisy one with the party. And the wonky floor.
The wonky floor was a bit weird, getting out of bed in the middle of the night. So,
but yeah, we did that, and then we managed to cram in nearly. I think we even missed a hall, didn't we?
We missed one complete hall as well.
Throughout the whole thing, so I think having 4 days is probably a good shout. Done exactly that. I have next week off to get a few things done in the garage. Probably nothing that will be filmed, so I can focus on just getting work done. Yes,
that's what I've been doing the last.
But it's what we need to do. We need, rather than having work done in the house, we both need to have at least 2 days off to just sit and do YouTube. We need a good catch up with one another because we've just been passing ships at the moment, and it's just not been.
I've also been trying
very productive.
I've also been trying to sort out my workbench as well, so I can actually do things again.
Yeah.
There's not a lot that needs doing. It's mainly the C5, but because I can't get access to my workbench at the minute, it's not really an area I want to begin with on it.
No.
Before I can actually get access to it, so I can use half the tools on it. So that's part of my problem with it at the minute, as well as waiting on bits at the minute. So.
Yeah, but that doesn't have any play on you doing editing.
No, it doesn't have any play on me doing editing, but it does have a play on me making more content.
Yes, which is not something you need. You need to edit the content you've got. Furry hand.
I have very hairy arms.
Good evening, Mighty Cat Mods. You've missed everything. You'll have to go back and watch it all again.
Yeah, Sprout made a cameo appearance, even though he's not here.
From an hour away, that's pretty impressive. No, see, Mighty Cat Mods are up and coming and trendy after seeing my post on Twitter about Be Real.
Oh, yeah.
And they have joined Be Real, and we are now friends, and I see daily updates of the cats.
Excellent. We like cats here on this channel.
We do.
Especially when Sprout turns up and puts his bum in the camera.
Yeah.
That's usually what happens, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what you don't need in an interview. I will say that now.
No.
I have a friend who used to own an ERA turbo that had quite a nice body kit.
It's a Mini.
Okay. Thanks.
It's a very, very fast Mini. I think it's actually the fastest of them classic Minis. Sprout didn't actually appear. I will say that.
He's too far away for that.
Yeah.
He can barely walk across the living room without falling over or banging into something. I don't think he could get all the way from.
Maybe the next live stream. It depends where we do it from.
We may be away.
Ooh, we might be. But that's too far in the future. We can't talk about that now. See, this is what most of our January's been about. It's been planning for the rest of the year.
We're sort of working in March and April at the moment rather than February.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting it's only February.
What is the date? The 4th?
4th of Feb.
I'm losing track already.
Hooked on I'm on a stand with my car. So yeah, you should be fine. I think there'll be a lot of talking to people, probably a lot of standing there. Make sure you take drinks and stuff that not alcoholic drinks, but for the evening. But if you take drinks, because I know that was one of the things that when we spoke to Hubnut and Furious Driving, they were struggling for food and drinks purely because it was so busy meeting people as well.
It's nice to see them that popular and that busy.
Yeah,
you know,
it's nice.
Obviously getting the people to come in and be like, hey, look, merchandise and things amongst other things, and obviously getting to meet people.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I did feel for them and like, how did you manage to find time to go to the toilet?
Yeah, I was going to say, how did you manage to have a wee?
Or the standard human things, you know.
But I'm sure the thing is with them as well, if they're on
stand, they're not human.
No, robots.
Yeah, robots built for our entertainment.
A mate of mine recently bought a Mini 30 that looked good, but after some prodding, it is currently getting an entire baguette. Oh, dear me.
That's quite a lot of work.
Sorry. Josh's beep boop.
Not expecting that, were
you? No, I was just reading down cats, Sprout, beep boop. I can't do it with the Yorkshire accent though. No,
I can't either.
You need to beep boop for us in the how do we do it with the Yorkshire accent?
Yeah. Send it on Facebook and we'll play
it.
Yes, evening CJ. How is the Alpha and the MX-5 doing? So that a really weird voice. So you have to know.
I have a cat too. Everybody's got cats. Loads of people got cats. You don't. Elsa, and Anna.
Elsa and Anna, I think, or Anna. If you're American, Anna.
Or you're any child brought up on Frozen.
Let it go. Let it go.
So there's loads of cats around. Maybe we should have a cat social. You know, like these cat cafes that are coming up.
Oh, that's an idea.
Like a cat social. The Sprout won't go because he'll be sick in the car, so we don't need that.
Put loads of newspaper down and be fine.
In the car.
Don't put Sprout down in the car. That'd be harsh.
You've been sick in the car one too many times.
He's like, oh. No. We do not encourage violence against animals.
No, he's...
Even if they are sick in your car?
Yes. He's sick in his cat box. It's fine. He's never sick in the car. Yeah,
That's all right.
He used to when he was little. He used to... he tended to have he had a tendency to poo and sick and foam at the mouth. But we don't really quite know why. The vet just said,
your cat is strange.
It's a bit odd. Because it wasn't to do with it being like carried, because apparently if they are carried, so they put him in the box and carried him for quite a long time, because if it's a motion thing, it's obviously like motion sickness.
Yeah.
But they carried him around the car park and he didn't do it, and so they said, well, it's not motion sickness, he just doesn't have a car.
Even CJ's got a cat.
Oh, see, you're just missing out. You haven't got a cat.
I've got a Sprout. Who's my adopted cat?
Okay.
If your mum and dad are watching this,
Dad will be happy. Here you go, Jake, have him.
Right, take him, have him forever. But yeah, generally though, it is amazing how many classic car people do have cats. Who has a dog? Just out of interest, who here has got a dog? Stony silence.
Yeah, nobody. Oh, thank you, OneDrive.
OneDrive. Look back at your February. It's like, oh, we're just doing that actually.
There ought to be a rule. If you're going to talk to a YouTuber, bring them a cuppa. Yes. Well, that's exactly what the lovely Matt did for.
It was. He went and got them. Was it a sausage roll or something?
Yeah, he went and got them food and a drink while we stood there and kept them talking and paid for things. Spent money. I like that Josh has attempted beep boop in a Yorkshire accent. Have you sent it to us? Can we hear this beep boop?
Beep boop, Sam.
Beep boop.
I'm trying to look for it. I'm trying to be rude.
MX5, all good. Still needs tinkering. 166 is behaving, thinking about where best to get quotes for the sills. Oh, and we have a cat. There we go. It's amazing how many classic car people I've met who have cats. Do you think it comes hand in hand? You get a classic car and a cat?
I didn't get a cat with my classic
No,
car.
but you know what I mean? As in, like, you kind of... Boop, 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 boop. Thank you, Joseph.
Was it Joseph?
No cat
It was Joseph.
here. We're dog people in this house. Oh, see. So do you have a dog, Ian? An RC dog? A canine?
Louis the dog.
Louis. Oh, cute. I
I've
didn't
seen
know that.
I think Louis for a little while, actually. Do they not appear in the videos much anymore? Or?
What kind of dog is Louis?
I can't remember. I know I can think of it, but I can't say what the breed is, so I can't remember the breed off the top of my head. I can picture her.
That's not helpful. I bet you he'll say the breed.
He will,
and I'll know.
Yes,
but I'll know exactly what that looks like.
Beagle.
A beagle.
There we go.
Oh, see, I do know what a beagle looks like. You could mention cars all day long, and I'd have no idea. You could mention dogs. I'd be okay.
Ah, beagle.
Yeah. I can't remember C5 guy's name.
Thomas.
Tom. I assumed from Thomas. Sorry. They are dog people too. What kind of dog do you have?
We also have a bulldog called Betty. Betty the bulldog.
Betty the bulldog.
I like that.
Sadly, no. Also, we have cats, but they came separate from one another, not from themselves, hopefully.
We don't have any classic cars yet.
You will have your Sunbeam Rapier one day, don't you worry.
Yes, definitely.
One day.
Oh, thanks, Ian. A bit of Louis action. That's how you get the views in for these videos. You just plug your pets.
Plunk a dog in front of it.
Plug a pet.
Not in.
No, don't do that. Don't listen back to yourself sometimes. This is why live streams are dangerous.
My nan had retrievers and Labradors. Good shout.
My aunt had a King Charles Spaniel, but that's about as close as I've gotten to.
In my lifetime, we have had a Cocker Spaniel and a dog otherwise known as a Heinz 57 because she was a bit of God knows what. Oh, hang on. I'm, again, not being rude, trying to find a photo. Not on the Fuel Power Facebook.
No, you won't
on
find
my
it
own.
I did have the pleasure of looking after my neighbour's golden retriever when he was a puppy.
He's so cute.
He is cute. He actually came to the Fuel Power party as well.
Merlin.
Yeah.
There was also a photo of him on Instagram.
Possibly. Yeah, I had him as a puppy to look after, so that was my job.
See if we can find a photo of the dog without me in it.
Young Genevieve.
Yeah, we don't. Nobody needs that. I mean, okay, it's probably dog cruelty. I've done her hair up in a little bun, but this was Livy. This was my. The light is bad. There we go. Our dog. She was actually quite big. She was part Rhodesian Ridgeback in there somewhere, so she had a really rough bit across. I just like all of the photos of her. She's got her hair up in a couple of them. She's got a football on her head. Another one like a helmet.
Oh. You have to show these people these pictures.
Oh, sorry. And a red nose. She took a liking to the lid of a spray can, and it just looked like a red nose. It's her helmet. It's a football. And yes, this is her ready for Red Nose Day. With a little lid. Bless her. Oh, and in my school uniform as well. Just.
Gosh.
But that shows how big she was. That was my school uniform as a 12, 13-year-old, and I was probably about 5 foot.
Worked.
It fitted her very well.
Yeah.
She quite liked that, actually. She did settle down with it until I was told not to
do that anymore.
Do that anymore, yeah.
Yeah. No, I do have good memories of playing with my best friend's dog, actually. Because when I used to go and stay at his, and because now he lives up in, or his parents now live in Yorkshire, and when I stayed up there, and also when they were down here, which is how we met, he used to play with his dog on the trampoline. She used to love jumping out on the trampoline with us as children. So,
Cute.
no longer with us, unfortunately, but my friend's still alive. The dog is not, sadly. So, there you go. Those little memories are quite precious. Rest in peace, Poppy.
We've had 2 labs and a Jack Russell in the past. We're considering getting a powerful Louis, maybe a chocolate lab. They'd melt in the sun.
Sorry. I couldn't hold
You
back
weren't
that.
expecting that then, no?
No, I wasn't.
A dog the DVLA would assign a Q plate to. What's a Q plate?
I don't remember. Off the top of my head.
What's a Q plate? Or Google it.
Sorry, I can't remember off the top of my head.
QT plate.
I'll never pretend to know everything.
He's a collie retriever mutt, presumed 2 farm dogs in Northern Ireland got together and farmer wasn't interested. So it would either be shot or sent to England Dogs Trust, where we go, oh,
Well,
well done for saving him.
At least he's found a home now. That's the main thing.
And CJ asks, have I missed an update on the fleet?
Not really, actually. I've sort of given a rough overview, I suppose.
Panda's fine. Renault's still broken. Millie's going for work on Tuesday.
Yes. That's the summary of it. And Trixie's still fine. And the C5 is very much in bits in the carriage.
Yes. Mine broke for a bit and just fixed again. There you go. Sorted.
Usually whenever there's any significant updates, I'll make an actual dedicated video to that sort of thing. But currently there isn't really anything to update on. They're just plodding along as usual.
As expected.
Yes. So that's it with the fleet, I'm afraid. Not really a lot to say on them.
That's all right then. Q plates are for kit cars or cars that
Haven't had a plate. Thank you.
So it would be, yes. She was a Q plate dog. Yes.
Yes.
Cute.
Good evening, Mr. Mill, Lady Corwell Holmes. Hello,
Good
Joseph.
Evening, Mr.
Hey, didn't I see you earlier today?
Good evening, Mr. Lloyd. I always feel like I have to say that like a teacher, though. Good evening, Mr. Lloyd.
Oh no, this is your teacher kicking in.
Yeah, they don't. They don't do that on for me.
Do they not?
No.
Oh.
Although we do, we have
in that sort
good
of
afternoon.
Tone dead. Good morning.
Yeah, we don't do that because we say we say good morning to everybody in the register. So you say just good morning to the next person. It's just the end of the day. You say good afternoon, Willow class, and then you get goodbye, like Miss C, and then we all leave. And I'm halfway down the stairs by the time they do it because I'm like, I don't need to listen to this drawl.
That takes me back to old days in in primary school when you have the assemblies. Good morning, everyone. Yeah, that's exactly how it goes. Yeah, great news on the Renault front. So hopefully this year with the Renault, it might get fixed. I'm hoping it will do. I need to make a few, I guess, points of contact with some companies.
Yes, but you've made headway with finding them.
But things are slowly taking shape with it. Not fixed yet. Still very much in confinement. I don't know when it'll be back and running. Hopefully it will be by the end of the year, but I don't see it being ready in time for things like Festival of the Unexceptional, which I would love for it to be, but I just don't see it happening.
But we'll see.
But with all the plans, this is one of the things that we're obviously trying to plan in or have been planning in January. So, yeah.
We've been busy bees behind the scenes.
Yeah, we might not have put many videos up lately, but we have been very busy behind the scenes planning out the rest of the content for this year.
Yeah. So forgive us for a bit of a slow January. February onwards we'll be on it.
Hopefully.
Yes, we will. Yes, you will.
Yes, you'll definitely be seeing us tomorrow at Amber's Social.
She was around earlier.
She
popped in and popped back out again, I think. The tone deaf greetings of teachers, yes, they still exist.
Yep, I can believe that.
Not always.
Morning, Mrs. C.
But we don't do that. We have, like I say, it's good morning. And I say good morning to Fern because she's the first person in the register. Then Fern says good morning to.
Do you have to do it with them all? Or just the first person?
What do you mean?
You say good morning to Fern, and she says good morning. Then you say it to the next person.
Well, that's
morning,
what you
morning,
used
morning,
to do
morning.
at school. So it'd be like, "Good morning, Fern."
That's got that.
Good morning, Miss Stephen.
I'm just picturing that scene in Jojo Rabbit. You
Yeah,
know, what
it's a
of
bit
it is
like that,
that,
yeah.
isn't it? Yeah.
But no, I say good morning to Fern, and then Fern says good morning to Spencer, and then Spencer says good morning to Scarlett, and it goes through the register, and then only Tom has to say good morning to me because he's at the end of the register.
That's quite convenient.
It also means that they don't all have to be in the room because they know and skip to the next person.
Yes.
Very clever. They're quite well trained, little 6-year-old monkeys, basically.
Yeah.
Performing monkeys, I mean.
Yes. Joseph's looking forward to Festival of the Unexceptional with or without some McGann Classic. Yeah, I mean, somebody might bring one. I know somebody came down from Scotland last year with one, actually. So, yeah, there might be McGann. I'm sure Mark on Motoring will bring his McGann Coupe again, because I think he's planning on doing it, from what I understand. But we shall see. Obviously, as with everyone, I mean, I might still go, but even just as a walk around sort of thing.
Yes.
We shall see. I might go with somebody. Who knows? This is all part of the planning.
Wish I could go tomorrow, but I'm working to Amber's social.
Presumably.
I'm assuming.
It's the only thing on. So.
Well, as far as we know, there might be something more local.
No, Amber Social is usually very good, I think.
Yeah, they are good. There's a nice range of cars as well. Like, not so much stuff that we are necessarily interested in, but in terms of videos, it's good for content because you don't know who's going to be interested in it.
Broaden your horizons.
And it's also things like some of the people that we've met and who have recently started following our channel are into those sort of slightly more souped up modern cars.
Yeah.
So to bring a bit of them into the channel is probably quite a good thing, really.
Yeah. So I just moved my legs to sleep
Slightly,
a little bit.
I was going to say, slightly getting cramp over here.
Yeah.
For the year, I know what video I'm putting out next week. Yeah. I mean, we're almost probably better prepared for October than we are next week, but that's how it goes.
That's how we roll here.
Yeah. No, we're not quite that far. I think we're working on the first half of the year, put it that way.
Up to at least July at this point.
Yes.
And then maybe one or two after that, but
yeah. But we have social posts locked in for those days as well, ready and scheduled.
Yeah, we got social media all covered. It's just there for YouTube at the minute, but still the channel numbers are still very slowly going up.
Yes, they are creeping up, because that was one other thing that we featured just in, I think that might have been just the end of December, but I didn't even clock it until my mum and dad were watching it the other night. But Hubnut mentioned us twice more in his video at the end of December, where he kind of did his roundup from 2022. He mentioned us. It was the little clip of
the Sana going away.
The Sana going away when it shot us up to 1,000 subscribers, and then again in his September noting that he came to the Fuel Power party, so that was good.
Also, just to say before Ian goes, night Ian, nice having you here with us.
Well done for getting to 9:45 after a day of small children partying. Yeah,
not partying hard.
Classic there last year, Dan's McGann.
Yeah, Dan Safrain on Twitter. Okay. I haven't seen him on Twitter that much recently, so yeah.
Need to make an effort for my next film, number 200. Wow, yes.
Definitely.
I don't know what we're up to.
What, subscriber-wise or video-wise?
No, video-wise.
I have no idea. I can find out quickly. Also, evening Nino, nice to see you. So I'm just trying to find something else at the minute.
Yes, Nino joins us and we look at other things. Oh, we've gained a subscriber in the last couple of hours.
Hooray! Can I see overall how many videos we've got? Might be able to on PC. I don't know. We've got quite a few.
Quite a few. Does it not say on...
Show me the technology.
On YouTube.
On YouTube it might do. 247 videos. There we go. 3 videos
250. 250 in 3 videos. Are you planning on doing Retro Rides Weekender this year?
Planning on doing it, yes.
Yes, it's our next one to book in.
We'd have to go there for the discount on it, but
we have it booked in on the calendar. We just don't have it booked in.
Yeah,
officially.
There's some other things that I think were coming up on the same weekend, which we weren't quite sure about, but now we're more certain about where we're going.
Yes.
Again, January, busy planning.
Yes.
Trying to work out what was maybe best for us to do this year.
Yeah, and it's trying to fit in things that, like we said before, that aren't necessarily cars. As well, just to vary up a little bit.
Yeah, as much as we like cars, we don't want to just go to every single event possible.
No, there's no need for that.
Need time for us as well, obviously.
Yeah. Don't worry about being late to party, Nino, and we will hope to see you at Jilks as well. That's very exciting. We'll have another one live stream between now and then.
Yep, we'll be doing obviously our March one, start of March.
Yes, start of March, 4th of March. 4th of March at 8 o'clock. It's a Saturday.
When we're going up north.
Up north.
When are we going up north, Genevieve?
On the 10th of March.
we will
be in the local area on that weekend, on the 10th, 11th, 12th.
Yes.
Or I say the local area, the more local area.
It depends.
I don't actually know where you live.
Apart from somewhere in Yorkshire.
Yorkshire. Yeah. We're just butchering your accent now. Sorry.
Yeah. So, are there any northern events in your calendar? I'll make the effort and bring cuppers, of course. That'd be nice. Also, there's not that many.
No, I think it's also due to the fact that obviously north is far away. For us.
I mean, we would like to do more northern events just to see what the scene is like up there, to see if it's any different of what it is down here. I will say between, say, where we are more south, I suppose, and
we're on the Hampshire-Wiltshire border.
Yeah, but if you look at when we go to say Brands Hatch, the events there are in feel quite different to how it feels, let's say, compared to Bewley or Thruxton.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm quite interested to see what's like there. I think the furthest north we're looking at this year would probably be the MG Post Hamden Weekender, because that's Leicestershire. But that's not to say that we won't do events in the future up north.
No.
I just don't know where yet. It's hard to say, really, isn't it, for us?
It is. Yeah, it is hard. I think there's a lot, like we say, there's a lot going on, and trying to balance the bank accounts and getting to these places is not always easy. But it doesn't mean that we won't be able to save and go next year.
Yeah.
Excuse me, that went half bad. Where's my compliment on my slightly rubbish accent?
Did you say 10th of March? Yes, we did say the 10th of March. Doing the East Coast run with I don't know which club that is, I'm afraid. Sorry, Josh. Which is good. Yeah, we're going up there. And that's
East Yorkshire something car club.
Okay, I'm glad you've worked that out. But yeah, we're going up there with West Country Minis for their Yorkshire run, which surprisingly involves a lot of minis.
Yes.
I think at the minute as far as I gather, we've got about 11 booked in for that. 11 minis booked in, including us and one of our other friends that's coming with us as well in their more modern mini.
Yes.
So yeah, I think we maybe need to try and see if anybody can maybe join us at one of the stops or something.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see if possible to do like a lunch.
Yeah, or maybe speak to Matt, who's not in the chat tonight, but he's one of the people organising it. So we'll maybe have a chat with him and see what we can plan for that.
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea. Joseph's talking about his 45B6
driving roads. Yes, I think that's the plan. Some of the there you go. The East Yorkshire I was never going to guess the T. Thoroughbred Car Club. Sounds better where you say it with the
adenoids.
Also,
actually, no. I'm not smart enough to know what an adenoid is. Quick search for your phone.
It's 10 to 10 and our brains have died.
I've been out and about filming cars today. That's an excellent name. Yeah, it is an excellent name. That's like really aggressive.
It is. Adenoids are a patch of tissue that sits at the very back of the nasal passage. Oh,
News? I don't know.
that's
But
what
yeah.
it says on Google.
Croft is your local circuit. Okay. I've never, as I say, I've never really explored much up north, to be honest. Last time I went to Yorkshire was 2018, which now is quite a long time ago. And that was when I went up in when I spent a week with my best friend up there when he's at his parents.
2011.
Was it?
Mm-hmm. On holiday. With the dog that was featured earlier. It was her first holiday.
So, yeah. Oh, Matt's here.
Good
finally.
Evening, Matt.
He joins us.
He's probably just got home.
Probably. Did I miss anything? No,
Have your ears
not at
been
all.
burning?
That's why his name's red.
Why is it so angry? It's
Matt Pink.
Matt Pink. It's the wrong colour.
Angry pink.
I see again the hi Matt's just you've missed the conversations about how teachers say names.
Good
so
morning.
I just say
Sorry, no.
hi
Good evening,
Matt. Hi Matt.
Gosh. Yes. All things Alex has joined as well.
Evening.
Hello.
Are we going to have to be still here at like 11? Because I'll be asleep.
Yeah, probably. She will be. She will just. You'll be like.
I'll just come.
No, you'll just be like. Oh yes, yeah, so I agree. She will just conk out.
At least I know that's what's happened. It's like mild narcolepsy.
We were watching Doctor Who the other night, and she just went.
I didn't even watch Doctor Who. I don't even remember you putting it on.
Do you not?
Nope. And
No?
we were still watching Sort Your Life Out when I remember.
That's true. Yeah.
And we hadn't even got. They were still sorting it out. I think they were just systemizing their house.
Right.
They hadn't even done it all.
Sold 2 of your minis today. What's wrong with you? That's not right.
It's not got enough space.
No.
Too many
maybe not.
girls. Too many saunas.
Who's your favourite Doctor? Oh no! Don't make me choose. Peter Capaldi.
Or David Tennant, hands down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, don't be wrong. I like all of them so far, but Capaldi just appeals to me most.
I'm just 3 minis and a scout with this, practically one different one for every day. I want to know what the watched to me being to Doctor Who, potentially. I just don't know.
Netflix and chill. Well, that's what he's thinking, probably.
Oh.
As the saying goes.
Joshua, get your brain out of the gutter.
I mean, Chris Eccleston, yeah, he's great. I love Eccleston. He was the one that introduced me to Doctor Who. As I say, I don't have a bad word to say about any of them, really. Not even Jodie Whittaker. I thought she was okay.
She did all right for what she was given.
Yeah, I don't think the writing was the strongest it's ever been, but I thought she was okay. I preferred Joe Martin, though. It was the fugitive Doctor. More silence. Do you need any more on that?
Are there any more that exist other than that nice one that was in the NEC?
Dr. Leg was my favourite. Is that Doctor Who?
No.
No, I didn't think so.
Because Matt doesn't do Doctor Who.
No, I know he doesn't.
Or Harry
she
Potter.
did, yeah. 100%. She had some terrible scripts. I wouldn't say I'm a fan necessarily of Jodie Whittaker specifically as the Doctor, but, as far as it went, I thought she did okay with what she was given.
Was the brain in the guitar comment? Oh, the guitar, God. The brain in the gutter comment due to me. No, that wasn't that. Jake said you were being rude about watched.
No, she was very sleepy on Thursday.
A Thursday? That wasn't even Thursday, that was yesterday.
It was Thursday as well. You just went...
Oh yeah, but Thursday I had a headache.
I'm not saying that.
I did actually genuinely have a headache. Children are the bane of my life. There's a reason I'm not hanging around.
I've got some of the early Doctor Who's on VHS actually out in the garage at the minute. I need to go through those and either sell them or something because they're all on streaming services now.
Are they? Back to the beginning?
BritBox got them. I don't have BritBox, but they're there if I want it.
John Pertwee, man. I really wish that my dad would be on here because if he isn't,
furiously typing away.
Yeah, he'd be
right.
Doctor Who and cars. It's his dream evening.
Revo's in pool, yes.
He needs all the saunas. Yes, I think he probably does need all the saunas, but
So
one more and I think he's got it.
Sauna man.
I'm very fond of the really early black and white Doctor Who episodes.
Have you ever seen the very first Doctor Who episode?
I've seen some where they look like their costumes were made in primary school. It's like
Cybermen.
Tinfoil.
Oh, the Cybermen are brilliant. The first few seasons, they look terrible by today's standards, but by then it was pretty scary. When's the next Sana update? Yeah, Matt.
Yeah, we had somebody asking about the Sana earlier, and we've had to sort of butcher our way through it. So if they're still here, now's your chance.
Oh no, Alex sitting down the laws with Doctor Who. Well, he was.
Oh, he was. This is like the theme for tonight. I'm going to rename this, not February livestream, February message retracted.
Some Sana time allocated for March. I hope you can get the red one going.
Name a car driven by Doctor Who.
Name a car. What, the Whomobile or Bessie?
All right, show off.
I mean, technically, was the Whomobile a car?
I don't know. I didn't even know the Whomobile was a thing.
Oh, it was a John Pertwee thing.
The Whomobile sounds like something.
No, really, it was generally.
I know, but it sounds like something in like Teletubbies or something. Not.
No, everybody loves Bessie. Bessie's the yellow car next to Del Boy's Reliant Regal in what's it called? Museum Bewley. That's the one. Sorry, too many museums.
Whomobile was a hover car, apparently.
It's still
Patrick Troughton had the hardest gig as the Doctor, following on from William Hartnell when he left in '66 back. Then the idea of regeneration was new and the show would have flopped. Could have flopped.
No, you're not wrong about that. And in the same way, obviously, as someone who's obviously watched many of the newer Doctor Who's since Eccleston onwards, I thought Eccleston had a similarly hard job for much of the same reasons. He had to bring it back from essentially a very dead show by that point. The only thing they'd had in those years between Sylvester McCoy and Eccleston was the TV movie.
Yeah.
That was it, really, apart from extended media such as audiobooks and such. But
there you go, that's Nino's daughter's claim to fame. She went to school with David Tennant's daughter. First of PX50.
Oh, yes. Whatever happened to that PX50? Has he still got it in the back of the TARDIS, do you think?
The back of the TARDIS?
Yeah.
Where's the back of the TARDIS?
Somewhere really far away. He's got many rooms in that TARDIS,
Sorry.
Yes. Should we get our hands up here? Who's going to Revos tomorrow? Obviously, you can't do that in the chat, but just say me or
send
something.
the little emoji. There's a hands up one.
Yes, exactly. See? To the
You're
front
right,
of the
Alex. Thanks. Hands up. Both hands. Hey! Don't do that when you're driving.
Probably got a garage. Oh, maybe.
That's what you need, isn't it? You need a TARDIS.
Yeah, that'd be great.
With a garage in it.
Make the TARDIS look like a garage. That's enough. Don't know when the next one is after tomorrow. Will you bring the Allegra?
In terms of Amber's meets or things at Revo's, because they put their calendar out this morning, in fact.
Did they? That's good. I haven't looked at that. Watching my neighbour's car. Sorry, the small 66 won't be there. That's a shame. Hopefully one day we'll see it in one of those meets.
Alex will be there with the Allegra.
Hooray.
George
the Allegra, yes. That explains all the time. All auction classics then.
Donated the Passo to a 17-year-old in a similar way to the Young Classic Driver scheme. It's still local to me and being properly about. Oh, nice.
Didn't actually know that.
Oh, that's cool.
Both of them wonderful.
No. Laugh out.
Laugh out. Why not? Why not bring in the minor, Alex? I know it's not quite working properly yet.
Just scratch my knee.
It wasn't very smart, was it? Flashing the audience with your knee.
It's so pale.
Compared to me, it's like bit of work to do on your Morris 1000. You'll have to bring some more photos of it tomorrow, Alex. Well, obviously, I know you've got your YouTube series on it, but you'll have to show some photos of it, sneak previews and all that.
Old school. Oh, yeah, sorry, I'm getting comfy now. Bedtime.
Snuffles is in.
Snuffles has come back. It's nearly 10 o'clock. That's like bedtime for me.
It is, yeah.
And we have been
To be fair, it has been quite a busy day.
It has been a very busy day.
I mean, all I've done today is go to some museum, go to Tesco's.
I've done a lot of social media posts.
You have
I'm
done.
talking to your mum and dad.
We need a new computer to edit videos. I know something just happened to it, or is it just you need a new computer? Full stop. In my computer, you can just about see the edge of the screen, just not Genevieve's head. There.
It's a fancy curvy one.
It's because it was a gaming PC initially, and then I just thought, well, I want to make videos to stop my boredom in lockdown. So
between us, we've got a full gaming setup. You've got the PC and whatever, and I've got the chair. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my chair is currently broken. Great. Tons of other people. My mother had a Morris 1000. There's a lot of people who had Morris 1000s and things. Must bid you good night. Thanks for the stream. See you all online.
Thank you for joining us.
I'll let you say.
Sorry.
No, I'll let you have the honours.
Thank you.
Thank you, Patreons. We don't have Patreon. Not yet. Maybe one day. Hi and barely handle Photoshop. Oh, I had a laptop like that back in school. I think in the end, actually, I ran Photoshop and Illustrator at the same time in school, and they just burnt out the CPU on it.
What's on
it? It wasn't ideal. Yeah, that just went, and that was that. I had to get a new laptop after that. Completely burnt it out. No smoke or anything. It just went dead. Wouldn't turn on.
It fizzled.
Yep.
I've still got my last two laptops. One was an Apple, and one was a Windows. And
I've still got the replacement for it, which is in that bag just down there. It was meant to be the laptop we gave to Dad in the end, but he didn't like it, so it's just sat there not doing anything now. Unfortunately, it's just an old laptop now. Custom PC for editing, to be honest. Good idea with that front. I mean, I've been looking into getting a laptop myself, because then that way it means I can be maybe at least mentally a bit more productive, I guess is maybe the best word.
Well, it's a bit more you can take it with you, can't you?
The thing is, when you go away for however many nights to events, I can't exactly take a full desktop PC setup with me. It's just not viable. But not only that, also I get very easily distracted. So it's not the best thing. Yeah, are you coming to Amber's social tomorrow, Nino, before you head off anywhere?
Yes, somebody is tired. It is bedtime. It's clicked over to 10 o'clock and now it's bedtime.
Bedtime. Yeah, we'll bring the stream to a close in a minute, I think. But it's been nice having everyone talking tonight. Yeah, pretty much. No, I've got a lot of PC games on there that I play, so I get quite easily distracted by that procrastinating, I think they call it.
Yes.
I'm cool and down with the kids. Are
you sure about that? I didn't think the mate tomorrow would have liked you though.
No, that's a shame, Nuno. But yeah, as I say, we'll definitely see you at the party at Jilk's. Well, gathering.
Yes.
So getting ahead of myself with partying.
Yeah, parties come later in the year. Calm down.
Yeah, end of year party.
We've got to survive show season first.
I'll just insert a clip of Rowan Atkinson saying, "Welcome to my end of the world party," from the Scooby-Doo movie.
Maybe we could just invite him.
Rowan Atkinson. He used to live not far away from me.
Exactly.
Doesn't live there anymore, but never mind.
PC at home and laptop for events.
Yes, that's a good idea. That's what my thinking is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can edit on my laptop, but it's a
bit slow compared to my PC.
Yes.
But then my PC is a lot more powerful. It was built to do something different.
Mine was a means to an end, just in case.
Mm-hmm. It's doing well. We're doing the live stream on it.
Yes.
Proof of concept, I guess.
And we might be doing the live. Well, we'll definitely be doing the live stream from it in March, but we might not be at home. So.
We might be in a hotel.
Ooh, fancy living it up.
We might be at yours with Sprout. Who knows?
We're more likely to be away.
Probably.
Due to our 5th of March plans.
Well, what could be happening? I think we'll get onto that in March, won't we, really?
We'll get onto that in February.
It is February, but
no, but
later in February.
We can't talk about it in March then, can we? Because people might not go. The the thing we're doing on the 5th of March, just because that will be pretty much. It'll be the day after we do the next live stream.
I'll let you explain because you've been sorting it out, whereas I haven't. Is
a car meet run by the YouTube Car Girls for International Women's Day. So it's International Women's Day is the 8th of March, and this is on the 5th. Again, it's an Eventbrite book it up kind of situation, only because there's not very many spaces. But it's at the Sywell Aerodrome, if anybody's interested in having a look into it. It's fronted by the Passenger Seat podcast, so look on her social medias and stuff, and she will be sharing everything. We've shared a couple of things as well, so keep your eyes out for that. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. Josh, the caravan is fine. It's currently being used as storage.
Yeah, it's fine.
No, it's fine. We're currently used as storage and living in its new home, so with us, not with anybody else. But
no, we've still got it.
Not being used at the moment, other than for storage.
It's a bit cool at the minute to be using it.
Yeah.
And also nowhere's really open, so caravan-wise.
Yes.
Which is a big downside.
Matt, we will see you
tomorrow
morning.
Awesome. About the rocker cover, thanks for that. I'll obviously get that off you tomorrow.
Cool. And Josh, Jake can let you know where we're going because I've got.
Yeah, I'll send you a message about that.
And should we knock this on the head before we fall asleep?
Yeah, I think so.
Cool.
Someone is getting tired.
See you tomorrow, Alex.
Yeah, see you tomorrow, and it'd be good to see George again. Yes, this has been our live stream for basically end of January, start of February, I guess we could call it.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us. Has anybody got any very final questions, just so we can answer them quickly?
Yes. You have
quick fire questions.
You have
go,
4 minutes. We'll take it to 10 past.
Yes.
Anything that doesn't get in and answered by then, we haven't started, so we won't finish. Sorry.
We're not like Mastermind.
No,
We're less professional. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
What is the meaning of life? 42. Sorry, couldn't resist.
Thanks, Josh. Jake will send you a message in a minute because he'll still be awake.
Yeah, I'll either send it to you tonight or tomorrow once I found out. But I'll find out soon enough. See, Alex gets it.
So do I.
You're smart.
It is something I get. Woohoo! It's the first thing all evening.
She understands.
I've understood.
Usually when I say film and stuff references, you'll just look at me like, huh?
No, I know that one.
That's good. But yes. Does anybody have any quick fire questions, or shall we bring this to a close? It doesn't look like we're getting many.
No, everybody's just
That's
leaving.
all right. Understandable.
Bye.
It is 10 past 10 almost. But yeah. Right, well, this has been our live stream then for January/February. Thank you for joining us, and it's been an enjoyable one tonight.
Yes.
I've really liked it. We've had some really good engagement.
It took us some time to get going, I think, but
yes,
these things always do.
166 will make an appearance in a future event. That would be great to see, Charlie. Oh my God, Charlie,
it's because we're reading it.
Yeah, right. Sorry, CJ. Yeah, usually it's 10 o'clock. I'm gonna go with that.
Excuses.
No,
it's just because you're reading it.
It is also that, and the fact that it's 10 o'clock. But yes,
we dropped it. We've gone back up to 6 people. Guys, I thought you were going to bed. 5,
4, 3, 2, 1. No. Well, on that note, then I shall say bye-bye. Thank you for joining us.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye-bye. It's the new outro for 2023.
2023. We're bye-byeing now, are we?
Yeah. Yes, that's exactly it. But yes, thank you for joining us. See you in the next one. Until then, bye-bye.
I'll take on the farewell, don't you worry.
You do that.
Farewell.